Grand Prix. And of course, this is the 5th run of the Canadian Grand Prix in ALR's history as well. It's been on the calendar every single season that we've been doing ALR. Fantastic stuff indeed, isn't it? And it's a fan favourite of myself, drivers, fans alike, isn't it? This is going to be a cracker lacquer, I am sure about that, as I've got all kinds of notifications coming up now. It's because I've turned my Wi-Fi off. Oh gosh. Right. So yes, 14 turns around the circuit. It looks very simple, doesn't it, on the track map there, doesn't it? Like a couple of straights there and a couple of chicanes there. But goodness me, so chicanes that really can cause you a lot of discomfort, perils, and penalties as well. I'm not forgetting, as much as it does look very nice there along the St. Lawrence Seaway, it is really not, though, is it? Because we are, can rain more often than not around here as well. Of course, remember, this is the longest race in F1 history, wasn't it? With 4 hours and 4 minutes, the 2011 Canadian Grand Prix went for, and it was Jenson Button there who won it on the last lap, wasn't it? And I think he did like a record 6 pit stops, wasn't it? He had a drive through, then he had 2 other pit stops as well, didn't he? So he had a bit of a nightmare day, really, that day. Well, it could have been a nightmare day, but it turned out to be absolutely fine, didn't it, in the end? The history of the circuit is like this, and we have had 3 Grand Prix winners in the last 4 races around here. Of course, we had Nigel, who won I think that was his debut race, wasn't it? Nigel in ALR, the first ever ALR world champion there. He won it back in season 1 after a classic battle between himself and Joachim, wasn't it? But Nigel came up trumps that day. Emerson has won 2 races around. He won back in season 2 and season 4, and in between that, it was Fisher who won the season 3 Grand Prix around here. Of course, we was focusing on season 2 on our Twitter page, wasn't we? When it was Knowlesy against Emerson, wasn't it? In a very sodden and wet Grand Prix as well. A very tense Grand Prix. Now I think it was just 2 drivers that was head and shoulders above everyone else that day, and it was Knowlesy and it was Emerson. Of course, as we had a humongous backlog, didn't we? I think it was Silent Shifting who was on pole position, and he just caused an absolute ruckus behind. He was very quick in the dry, but unfortunately in the wet that was not the case whatsoever, was it? That record around here is Milan, a 109.499, which is quicker than Valtteri Bottas's lap record as well. So there you go then. The ALR drivers are officially quicker than the Formula 1 drivers. Anyway, let's go through the drivers, constructors and joint constructors championship, shall we? It is Emerson who is leading the championship, 49 points in front of Knowlesy in second position. Emerson got his 4th Grand Prix win of the season. Last time out, of course, Knowlesy has 3 wins, Emerson has 4. It's a very competitive start to ALR. I think it's the most competitive start to an ALR season in history in terms of race wins. Anyway, it's so balanced at the moment, isn't it? Knowlesy in second position, as I just mentioned. Carboy continuing his very strong start to the season. He's been magnificent, really has, hasn't he? Carboy has since his first full race. Fantastic stuff indeed in third position. Now Milan in 4th. Then he's been a bit unlucky, but also I think that with some issues in the Dutch Grand Prix, and I think in Monaco as well. Unfortunately, took an early bath, which was a bit of a shame, really, wasn't it? Farf would have enjoyed that, but I don't think Milan did. We've got 5th position is Murphy. He is had a very strong start to the season, but he has dropped back recently. He is in 5th. Liam in 6th position, 9 points behind Murphy. German in 7th position, the silver world champion. Indian Jesus has moved up 3 positions. Good stuff indeed. Total Peas on the last lap in Azerbaijan really cost himself some major points, didn't he? Unfortunately, he took the lead, didn't he? And then we thought he was going to have a 100% record this season. That's not the case whatsoever, is it? And in 10th position is V. Todd, who's a point behind at Total Peas. Biggest mover from last week was Tango. He's moved up 4 positions. He's gone up to 15th in the championship, 5 points away from Diego as well. In the relegation battle is Fireshot, Gooner, and of course we have a newcomer which we'll talk about in just a jiffy. And talking of one of the new drivers that has got a full-time seat, has just appeared out of the pits then. We've also got Ferrari coming out as well. In the Constructors' Championship, this is the scene, the state of play. It is Renault who leading 67 points, going for a record third Constructors' World Championship this season. Fantastic. But Racing Point is not going to let that lie, are they? They are 69 points behind, which sounds like a lot, but it really isn't in today's modern Formula 1 season. AlphaTauri in 3rd position, 14 points back, with McLaren are in 5th position at the moment. No, they aren't. They're in 4th position. I tell a lie. They're 2 points away from the AlphaTauri. Alfa Romeo in 6th, 24 points behind McLaren. Mercedes 7th, and Haas team are in 8th position. 9th is the Red Bull. Williams are so 5 points back from Red Bull in 9th, and 10th position is the Ferrari team on 16 points. And in the joint constructors, then it is like this. Renault have a 130 point lead at the moment. They're good stuff indeed there from the from the Renault team, doing very strong work indeed. We have got Mercedes who are second at the moment. So Mercedes are Mercedes second, but they're 62 points in front of the McLaren team, who are in third position. And AlphaTauri have moved up 1 position, as has Racing Point as well. As Racing Point have really good, starting to get a lot of points on the board. Good stuff. Alfa Romeo in 6th position. 2 dropped down 2 positions. Red Bull dropped down a position as well. Whilst Haas and Williams have elevated themselves in front of Ferrari, as Ferrari are now sitting at the bottom of the constructors end. So they need to kind of turn that around, don't they? So let's talk about transfers and new drivers here, there, and everywhere, shall we? We're on board then with Harry, who is, of course, this is his 3rd Grand Prix start with ALR. And he's been magnificent, hasn't he? Really has, Harry has. Of course, the Monaco Grand Prix was absolutely fantastic stuff indeed then. And I got to say, it's his 4th Grand Prix start, not his 3rd. Then I apologise there. I need to get my Specsaver glasses out. So yes, Harry on his 4th Grand Prix start tonight is so far his highlight of his career, albeit it's only 4 races old, was the Monaco Grand Prix, as we mentioned. Then yellow flags then, as I have been stopped in my tracks, and as Milan there is unfortunately gone across the runoff area there, and I've lost who I was talking about. Oh, I was talking about Harry, wasn't I? So Harry then, of course, he is now a full-fledged Red Bull driver, as unfortunately Walker has decided to take a walk, and it's decided that he doesn't want to be a part of, he cannot be a part of ALR anymore. Which is a bit of a shame, really, because his DNF and start record is not very good, but never mind. Harry coming across the line, he is fast as on an 09.529, then great right from the get-go as well. Goodness me then, so Harry now is going to be enjoying his new surroundings in the Red Bull Honda team. Echo has gone second fastest in the Ferrari. Ferrari got a lot of work to do in the constructors of gold and also in the joint constructors as well. So there is going to be a lot of focus, I'm sure, of that from the Ferrari team over the next couple of days or so. We'll find out what they can do. What they can do here tonight. Then Liam Yaz is coming up to the line as well. Liam is also starting off his qualifying performance, and he's done a 10-2 at the moment. Liam is he's 6th in the World Championship. I think that's a very strong start to his career in ALR Gold. Fantastic. Remember, he made the jump up to gold, didn't he? Broke Gorilla, evening show, good evening. Todd, hope you're well. We've got Welshman on the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 5th, but I think she forgot 4th there. We've got Gamer, who's evening as well there, of course. Gamer, who is I think he's 2nd in the world in the Silver Championship at the moment. I think Vitol's gone fastest. I remember Vitol around here in Silver last season. I think he was as quick as a bullet, wasn't he, last season? Tango has left the session now, so hopefully Tango can get himself back in the session pronto. Well, I hope so. Anyway, here comes Milan then. He is coming out then of the hairpin as well. 3 DRS zones around here. We're spoiled for choice here tonight, which is absolutely cracking stuff indeed, isn't it? We're gonna have a lot of DRS action. We'll talk about where those DRS zones are in just a jiffy. Diego goes at 5th fast at the moment. What about Dan? He's out on the McLaren end. I don't think I'm going to catch the 2nd McLaren. I am, but he's invalidated his time. Milan has had 2 laps now, and unfortunately he's got no time on the board, has he, Milan? So he might have to pull his socks up, really, because he's going. That's not a good start at all, is it? John Cox out on the circuit at the moment, and Mr. Elite is on the 2nd DRS zone, and Sam down the hairpin as well, so we'll keep an eye on Sam. Then he is part of the Williams fold here tonight. It's unfortunately no fire shot, as a fire shot seems to be sinking further and further into that relegation zone, which is not what we want, is it? Well, not what fire shot fans want, do they? But unfortunately, he's not here tonight, is he? So he's potentially, he ain't going to be able to turn around his difficult start to season, fire shot, because when he is on it, he's a quick driver, but unfortunately he's had a bit of a difficult start, hasn't he? He said it just to finish this up there. And then we've also got Mr. Lee, who's also invalidated this time. So John Cox said, who is on the circle as well. But I'm looking for the McLaren, and there he is. Said it's Dynamo Dan, who is 4/10 second away from Diego at the moment in the 2nd McLaren. He is he's in for the replacing Indian Jesus for tonight. Then he's the super sub. Then Dynamo Dan is. I did read earlier on that he hasn't done much track running, so it's going to be kind of a venture into the unknown tonight, isn't it? I'm completely lost. There I am. So equals then is on a lap. We've got Mr. Lee on a lap as well. Let me quickly carry on with the comments then. Echo saying, let's see if I can get any points. Laugh out loud then. Well, the Mode Echo is in fourth in the fourth in the standards at the moment, isn't he? But of course, this is only qualifying for race then. The Echo needs to score some points at the moment. And Echo have got 4 points so far in the championship. He is 17th overall, so hopefully Echo can dust himself down there and get some more points on the board then. Ayrton saying, hello, good evening, Ayrton. Hope you're well. Emerson saying, rain at the end of the race. Oh, goodness me, that's incredible, isn't it? I love rain. I really do indeed, especially when it's a variety. As into the pits comes Equals then, as he has abandoned his time now. That ain't going to affect this qualifying session because obviously it's on the raid, of course. But I mean, in terms of the tyre strategy and things like that, Milan is, sorry, that's Donald Dan who's going for another time run there. He's improved by 4/10 of a second. Mr. Elite has gone at third fastest there. And, I think he's had a very good, history around here, Mr. Elite. As I think he goes across the park, the car park, in the start of the lap. Torpedoes starting off his run as well. Sam is on his second lap, and Emerson is just coming out of the hairpin as well. We've just seen someone jump up a few positions as well. It was Diego who's now in the 5th position. There's a couple of drivers doing a lot of running around here, actually, aren't they? So that's very interesting indeed. It looks like there's a couple of drivers are going for 2, maybe 3 runs here tonight. Emerson now coming into the final chicane as well, and that was very close there to invalidate his time there, but inch perfect there from the world champion. Across the line, fastest there, 8/10 a second in front of Harry. Impressive stuff right off the bat there. Emerson seems to have done his homework tonight once again then. Here's Total Peace and let's see what Peace can do then. I'm wondering how I wonder if he's recovered there from the very difficult race that was Baku. He had pace, didn't he? Of course, he took the lead, didn't he, from Milan? And then, unfortunately, a couple of corners later, he damaged the wing, didn't he, and had to come in the pits. And then he crashed at the castle section once again. It was a very difficult day for Pease, who could have and should have been on the podium now. But my goodness me, there, Pease there has really shut me down there. He's back on form. A 10th for a second in front of Emerson, albeit it's only qualifying one. And maybe I should calm myself down. Here comes Cowie. This is first ever ALR Grand Prix here tonight in car 13, driving the Haas. He is replacing Maxi. Maxi, unfortunately, he did a handful of races. ALR, I think he did 4 this season, but he's decided to go back to a reserve driver because of I think mainly because of the work commitments, I think, and things like that. So Cowie has jumped into the Haas car as a full-time driver, and he hasn't had a reserve seat at all up till this point. This is a full-fledged debut here in ALR, so really interesting to see what Cowie can do then. I'm really interested because there's a lot of rumblings been going on in the paddock, in the Discord, and all other places that he is a quick cookie, isn't he? So we'll find out then how quick he'll be then, and I'm really interested. I do enjoy seeing new drivers in the league then, and I'm really interested to see what the driving style is like as well. But I gotta say, if that's the case, then Team Haas, I've got an incredible lineup as well. Remember what happened with German around the French Grand Prix, which is the next round and onwards. Haas absolutely dominated silver, didn't they, in the mid part of last season? And so German there, who's had a bit of a difficult couple of races. I think he's DNF'd in the last 2 races, unfortunately, for German. No, I apologise. He's in the last 4 races, he's DNF free, but he hasn't scored since that incredible race in China where he got 2nd position there. German's invalidated this time. He's going to have to go around again, unfortunately. Equals is out on circuit as well. John Cox is just at the back of the circuit. Carboy, who's in 3rd at the moment, and currently is my driver of the season. He's been magnificent, Carboy has. Coming across the line there, he's just about to start us off as well. Tango, also out on circuit. What about Nolsey? Just avoiding the wall of champions there, Nolsey, as he comes up to the line, and he is in 4th position at the moment, on 8.8 there as well. Remember, as we already mentioned there, back in season 2 was an absolute it was an absolute cracker, wasn't it? A classic race, wasn't it, from ALR? Carboy still out on track at the moment. John Fund is invalidated this time, so is German as well. Equals doesn't know, so we can keep an eye on what Equals can do. Let me jump back into the comments as well. Gio, hello Shawnee, good evening Gio. We've got Equals saying good luck Gold, Xander saying, Gamer saying come on Mercedes, Emerson for the win there from Broke Gorilla, TK saying good morning, how's it going then? I'm very well TK, I hope you're well indeed then. Of course there's I think think it's still morning over in the over across the pond where TK is from, I believe. And so I've got to say, TK could probably venture up to Canada if he really wants to. Unfortunately, I think all you might see at the moment at this time of year is snow, isn't it? Because it snows quite heavily in Canada, if I'm not very much mistaken. We got Carboy then, who's now going for a second bite of the cherry, and he's invalidated once again. Then I haven't even spoke about track limits, all the DRS zones yet. Then so I'm right behind already from the get-go. Milan's retired from the session now. He's safe and sound in the pit. So is Total Peace as well, on board with Tango at the moment. He's in the second part of the course, and the top three have decided to call it a day already then in terms of qualifying. Troy, evening, Sean. Support for the Renault boys and Cart as always. Of course, Troy and Emerson, Welsh Maldonado, and of course John Cox are all the major reasons why Renault are top of the joint constructors at the moment. And remember that there is some mighty big news, isn't there? We got the Bronze League coming back, haven't we, in a couple of weeks' time, and that is going to add further flavour to the joint constructors. So I'm really looking forward to that. And who is going to be drawn into the Renault team? Well, you'll have to find out in the coming days. Tango has gone at fifth fast. It's good stuff indeed. Then Carboy's invalidated once again. Then is the pressure starting to mount on a couple of drivers for just 5 minutes to go in this qualifying session. We've got Tango saying, evening Sean, fun fact, I've started my campaign with 2 7th places. So good stuff indeed. Tango as I'm glad you're taking notice, because I'm certainly not, albeit I have got a spreadsheet in front of me, so it just shows I definitely need to write everything down. Gunnar saying, "What's the crack, everyone?" When Gunnar first said that, I thought he said, "What's the Craig?" And I was like, "Oh, who's Craig?" We've got a Carboy who's coming around the final turn again, and now going to start his lap once again. And so just in that Tottenham has scored. Gareth Bale, Tottenham are winning 1-0, but of course football's a fickle sport, and I don't care about it anymore. Obviously, for obvious reasons there, I'm not going to go into why I don't like football anymore, but if you really want to know, just go in and look on the results for today, and you'll see why I'm absolutely devastated with it. Carboy in the 19.4 at the moment in the first sector, and of course, as I've already mentioned, the Formula 1 is back in action, isn't it, next week? The testing is starting on the 12th, 13th and 14th of March, which I believe was when the Australian Grand Prix was going to be, so that's a shame, but at least Australia is still on the calendar, isn't it? It's the 19th, 20th race of the season this season. Loving that. But yeah, it's great to be back in action, isn't it? I'm looking forward to the testing anyway, and I gotta say, this season there's been a lot of really nice cars. I really enjoy all of the cars that have been unveiled so far. I think all of them are pretty nice, actually, to be fair. Of course, you've got the usual suspects of Red Bull not really changing their colours. I don't think Ferrari have really changed their livery just yet, but having said that, I think Ferrari are the only team left to unveil their car. I would be quite surprised if it's not red, but having said that, Rich Energy, who's been teasing, haven't they? And I think that's the only team that Team Energy, Rich Energy could sponsor, so that would be a turn up for the books then, because invalidated his time, and he's going to be kicking himself. Murphy out in qualifying at the moment, and then Gurman is down the bottom of the circuit, and Murphy's invalidated his time. So 3 minutes to go in this session, and why is there a couple of drivers that hasn't set a time so far, I hear you ask then? The reason why that is because this track limits around here is brutal. If you get through this race without a penalty, then I've got to say you're a mighty fine race driver. Murphy's retired from the session. Oh, goodness me. And dear, oh dear, I gotta say, Murphy has all the worst luck in qualifying, doesn't he? Gurman goes third fast. That's a great time there from the Silver World Champion. But Murphy, that's the headline news again now. Murphy, once again now, he's a 4-time pole sitter in ALR, and he just can't seem to get anything working in qualifying at the moment. And once again, he's going to be starting from the back of the field, or near the back, so there's going to be a lot of overtaking there from Dad. He's very much a Giovinazzi of ALR at the moment, isn't he? He drives star of the Alfa Romeo as well, but he seems to make up a lot of positions on the opening couple of laps. Here comes John Cox, currently out of qualifying at the moment. Going back then to what I was mentioning just a minute ago, yes, it's the track extensions around here, and also the cutting the corners is brutal. You need to be quick around here. You need to ride the curves, but if you cut those curves slightly, it's a track invalidation, which means that the lap is deleted, and you've got to be inch perfect, don't you? And that's why some drivers there are very much languishing where they shouldn't be. John Cox that's a much better time for John Cox. Here comes Gunnar with 2 minutes to go. Gunnar is gotta say, doesn't seem to be a fan of qualifying, does he? He only likes to go out for 1 or 2 runs, doesn't he, Gunnar? He's more of a racer, isn't he? Here comes Dynamo Dan, then touching 208 miles an hour, and yes, before, oh, he's in the pits, and he's lost a bit of end plate then. Gurman's retired from the session. He's very happy with that. Echo in the drop zone as well. Diego is also in the drop zone, and we've got Equals on the cusp as well. It's going to get very hair and scare here, isn't it? Echo out of the World Champions, and coming up to the line. Is this enough? It is indeed, but only just there by less than a tenth of a second. He is into qualifying too, if it finishes at the moment, but I've got to say that's a big if, and I think Sam is really shown that he has got some pace at ALR, hasn't he? Returning in Monaco a couple of weeks ago, he was fantastic, wasn't he? And here again tonight there, he's in a very comfortable 11th position there. Sam, is great stuff. Just watching Cowie then, who's in 10th position at the moment. Then we've got V-Todd, who's just come out on the circuit as well. Tango's retired from the session, and Tango is in 7th position then. Is Echo going for another timed run? Indeed he is then, on board with Echo then, as he was on DRS on the set. That is the first of the 3 DRS zones around this circuit. 1 on the back straight, 1 on the pit straight, and 1 in between turn 6 and 7, or 7 and 8 then. Oh, did he touch the wall there? I don't think he did, but that was very close there. Remember that corner is very infamous for Kimi Räikkönen fans, isn't it? 2014 and 15, he had a very innocuous spin there, 2 seasons in a row. As very odd stuff indeed there. Oh, into the pits, there comes Echo, and that's it then. His fortune, his fate is out of his hands there, so he's just got to have to hope that the likes of Equals and Gunnar and Co then going to have slow times then, and Gunnar's invalid this time. He might have time for one more run then. Diego and Dan are also out on that circuit as well. Equals is usually a very quick qualifier, but here tonight then he's right in the back of the right down in the first drop zone, isn't he? Of course he's in the drop zone in the World Championship as well, Equals is, but he cuts the corner there. But Equals is such a good qualifier, isn't it? Just shame it doesn't come together in the races, does it? Gunnar making it through just a couple of seconds ago. What about Dynamo Dan? I don't think Dynamo Dan is going to make it, because the checker flag is now a flutter in here in Canada. We're just watching Diego at the moment. He's 3 tenths of a second up. That is enough to get him into qualifying too then. So his first intermediate split time is quite impressive indeed, isn't it? As Diego is now on the first of the 3 DRS zones around here at the moment, breaking down then into 5th gear, then accelerated away. Lovely stuff indeed. Not getting on too much curb bend. Good stuff. And he is now coming down into the hairpin as well. Second intermediate split time is right there. 4 tenths of a second. Look at that lockup. Goodness me. The under rotation, I think the engineers call it. What we know is that Diego then locked up the front left tyre of the, maybe it's a right tyre, as I got to hold up my hands. Yep, it's righty-tighty. And yes, so Diego unfortunately locked up the tyre. He's going to lose time, but has he lost the momentum there? I don't think he has. Look at how close he is. Almost cutting the grass as well. Diego across the line. He is through. Good time indeed there for Diego. Cardboy is in major issues there, and Cardboy could be left without a seat then. Without a seat in this game of musical chairs, or fast game of musical chairs. Gunnar is 19th. Qualifying, and Diego Dynamo Dan's invalidated this time. He crosses a fast with a second down. Cardboy is in major trouble here in Canada. Here's Equals. He's a tenth of a second up, almost 2 tenths of a second up in the second split time. Car 21 of the Mercedes and get on the power, accelerating away, and he's now got one more decision to make, hasn't he? And is down in the 13 and 14 chicane as well. Echo's out qualifying. Unfortunately, Dan is out qualifying as well. So is Dynamo Dan and Gunnar as well. It's between Cardboy. It's between Equals. Equals has nailed that chicane absolutely splendidly well. Mr. Elite is in 10th position. Equals is through into qualifying too. Good stuff indeed. Cardboy has made a huge error in qualifying. He is out qualifying, and the man who's for the World Championship, then that is a horror show. Horror show indeed. Remember, he had a qualifying ban in Baku, but here tonight, then this is a here tonight though, there's a mistake coming into the first DRS zone. And unfortunately, that's a Cardboy out qualifying. That's a big shock indeed. 2 major names then. Well, I'd say maybe even all 5 of them are major names, really, aren't they? Dan Murphy coming out for a lap and then going back in the pits. And so some major problems there in the Alfa Romeo garage. Once again, they need to get this sorted out, don't they? If Dan really wants to challenge for the championship a little bit, it's starting to look like an outside bet already, isn't it? This season, but he is out of qualifying. It's the qualifying performance from the Alfa Romeo, not from Dan himself, which is causing some major major gremlins there for the Alfa Romeo team and for Dan himself. Gunnar is out qualifying and is in 19th position there. Dynamo Dan, super sub here tonight. He's in the McLaren 18th. He didn't do much practice session, much preparation here. Echo down in 17th position, a bit disappointed from the Ferrari driver, I feel. And Car Boy also out qualifying as well after a major mistake. Really cost them now, didn't it? Vitaly is through in the qualifying too, but Alfa Romeo was starting so strong this season. It seems to have really tailed off a bit, haven't they, in the last couple of sessions or so. Sam once again then showing that he's got quite good speed, hasn't he, in this formula this season? Goodness me. So Sam is going to be keeping a close eye on Sam in the future of ALR because goodness gracious me, very impressive stuff indeed. As we're in the qualifying two, then we've got a bit of an overcast here. Lovely shot of Total Peace, by the way. Absolutely brilliant stuff indeed. And now we're flashed to Knowles as well. And now we flash to the proper camera. Going back to the chat then, Digger saying, come on, equals decent. Need a decent performance. We've also got Total Peace as well. Holla! We got Quinn Tinkwink there. Equals for the win then. As great stuff indeed then. As we got a lot of the equals. A lot of the Equals fan base out tonight. Unfortunately, Equals is not in qualifying then. Yes, he is. He's in qualifying too already. Like, what am I talking about? I'm talking about absolute rubbish there. Goodness me. We got Serge Russian, even though is Jesus out till Easter? I'm not too sure about that one. So we just got a couple of cars coming out of the pit as well. And just what Liam then saying, I absolutely smashed into World Champions on my lap there, but at least that Liam is through and at least he didn't damage the car too badly. Echo saying, what's wrong with me? I'm not as quick as I used to be then. As Serious Mushroom said, it's old age indeed. Well, it doesn't stop Lewis Hamilton, does it? Goodness me, he's one of the oldest drivers on the grid now, him and Kimi Räikkönen. Gosh, I can't believe I'm saying that. Absolutely incredible stuff indeed. Liam very happy with his teammate there. Top lap there from Equals. Great stuff indeed. As all of a sudden my Discord notifications have come through. Oh goodness me, let me just get rid of all those. As Equals saying he got a lucky final corner there. It looks very good indeed then. Dan's car never works in qualifying for Serious Mushroom. It must be a show car. Did anyone mention rain possibly? Indeed I did there. Of course there we are. And I think that someone let the cat out of the bag. It was Emerson that let the cat out of the bag, wasn't it? As there is rain on the horizon at the end of the race there, so I'm looking forward to that one. That one's going to be a cracker-lacquer, isn't it? So good stuff indeed then, yes, but going back to Dan's issues there, once again out of qualifying there on the first hurdle. I bet he'd be absolutely furious with his mechanics there, Dan is. Remember, he's a full-time pole sitter. He's won in every single division of ALR, apart from gold there, and it's the same with Gurman as well, isn't it? Because Gurman there was so close to being the first man in ALR history to win in every single division. But having said that, has Pease done? I don't think Pease has either, has he? But Pease has appeared in all the races, hasn't he? In all the divisions, hasn't he? But I think that Gurman and Murphy are on the cusp of making history. But unfortunately, I think that at the moment, Murphy's going to need a driver of the day performance, doesn't he? Similar to Carboy back in Baku, if he wants to win this race. And I think but we are expecting a lot of action here tonight. Yes, it's on a man-made island, the Canadian Grand Prix is, isn't it? So. Yeah, but I think is it technically a street circuit? I suppose it is, really, isn't it? On the way, but the bars are quite close, isn't it? So you've really got to keep your mind in play, don't you? You cannot be drifting away on this circuit. You'll get a very cheap 3-second penalty, which could cost you night and day there in terms of getting points or not getting points. Vitold is at the fastest time already, but then Tango is just eclipsed that. A brilliant time there from Tango on the medium tires, of course. And look at that pit exit there, feeding out right into the heart of turn 2, but it's much better than what it used to be, as it fed out just before you got to turn 1 there. And I think that Frentzen and Schumacher had a big old high-speed incident there, didn't they, back in the 1998 season? Quite scary indeed there, but of course before Frentzen came to rest, he did flip off the bird, didn't he, to Schumacher, which was quite funny. Mr. Elite then in second position on it, but I think Frenson's quite famous there for flipping off the bird, isn't he? Because I think he did it in Sauber in 95 Adelaide as well, didn't he? As Liam going at second fast moment and just having a watch, seeing what seeing what Cowie can do. Cowie goes fast there on an 8.9 there for the debutant there. This is his first qualifying ever in ALR, and he is looking right at home, is he, in that Haas car. Very good stuff indeed. Then Milan, who's invalidated this time, and Milan just cannot seem to get a lap right from out of the blocks, can he? This might be crucial in the battle for pole position today. Diego 7th fastest. He hasn't set a time just yet then, so he's not 7th fastest at all. Sam is 8th for the moment. I'm looking to see where John Cox is. There he is, coming out of the final turner. I've been listening to Tina Turner today, so there we go. Let's see who's simply the best. Well, Jonathan is 3rd at the moment then, but he is not the best in the world, because that is Cowie, who is head and shoulders above everyone else, and the only driver in the 8th sen on the medium tyre then. Diego going for a second bite of the chair, then Emerson is just disappearing off the screen now. Harry's on an out lap as well. Who is on a quick lap then? Sam's gone into 5th fastest. That's who I was looking for, was Sam, but he's too quick for me. No quick. I've just seen a hashtag. Sam is too quick for gold as well from Serious Mushroom. Diego locking up. I gotta say, he doesn't like that right tyre, does he? Goodness me, stamping on the brakes once again, isn't he? Diego is. Oh, good love. Good lord. Good love. Good lord. Yellow flags then, flowing in free, as I think it's one of the Renaults there who is about a couple of gremlins. It is John Cox who's on a in lap, so do not worry about that, John Cox fans. He is just come back into the pits then, because he's probably on limp home mode there, as the car was probably very light of fuel. Diego goes across the line. He is 6th fastest at this moment. Good stuff. Emerson on lap then, equals down the bottom of the circuit. Germano is about to finish this lap there, and I gotta say, German is looking very strong tonight, very strong indeed. 8/10 of a second in front of his teammate Cowie, and I gotta say, this is the old German, isn't it? Of he's struggled in his first couple of races in gold, hasn't he? But remembering the Chinese Grand Prix, he had a flash of the silver German, and once again, we're seeing it again here tonight in qualifying. German is specialist, as probably is qualifying, isn't it? But his racecraft is excellent as well. Yellow flags down the end part of the circuit, and Harry is just out behind Knowles at the moment, and he's going to lose a bit of time. Pease is starting his lap as well. It is Emerson who's closest to home, then DRS wide open in that Renault, and of course that's like the little letterbox there, if I get my teeth back in, flicking it into the final turn as well. Yellow flags once again then, but do not worry about that, fans. It is just drivers there just picking up their spots. Emerson 2nd fastest moment, 4/10 of a second away from that monstrous up there from German as well. What can Pease do? What can Milan do? And what can Knowlesy do as well? So we've got a lot of drivers that lined up to try and take German and knock him off his perch, but goodness me, very good stuff indeed there from German right from the get-go. Yes, Serious Martin saying too fast for gold at Sam is, and Ayrton saying, I love you, Sean, I love you too, Ayrton. I'm not afraid to show my love on the stream there as well, and of course I love everyone who's watching as well. Good stuff indeed then. Keep your comments coming in, guys. I absolutely enjoy it. It's really a highlight of my week. Apart from Friday night, where I have chips and nuggets, so yeah, that's really that's also the highlight of my week as well. But being a man of more mass than anything else in life, I would say that that's not a surprise, is that? Total P saying coming across the line, he is 2nd fastest, a 10th for a second away. Then Knowlesy is coming up to the third DRS as well. So is Harry as well. Let's see what the man who's 2nd in the World Championship can do. One more corner, 2 more corners, I should say. He's got one decision to go. Hop, skip, jump out of the final turn. DRS right on the money. Knowles, he does it, straight lines it to the flag. He goes at 6th fastest at the moment then. Harry coming up to the line as well. Look at him there, just hugging the inside there, aren't they? Harry is just a whisker behind Knowlesy. A couple of thousandths of a second away. Good stuff indeed. Vitot is back out on the soft tyres as well. I forgot to get my Alice band out, so my hair is all in my eyes. Vitot up in the 5th position on the soft tyres there, and that's really going to ruffle some feathers of top drivers, aren't they? Carey looking strong there, but I think German is looking very strong there. He's happy with that, isn't he? He's just coming in parked it. Oh, great stuff, Ben. And is that Knowlesy and Harry is just finished off, and they're now cruising back to the pits then. Serious Mushroom saying, I love this track, I hate the penalties you get then. Come on, Sam Williams, get some points then. And we've also got Liam saying, that's the German we love to see then. Yes, remember that Liam and German were one of the best teammates and teams in ALR history, with their incredible run of, I think they had 9 Grand Prix wins in a row, didn't they, in the Haas team, from France all the way through to the Russian Grand Prix, wasn't it? That was absolutely sensational last season, just on board. And look, Harry, oh my goodness me, Harry was I think asleep at the wheel there, wasn't he? And he got in Milan's way there. Now, it's surely going to cost Milan a bit of time. He might go out of the way there, but Milan was definitely going to be hesitant there. He's going to be furious, isn't he, Milan is? is he's really struggling to get a time on the board there. He's invalidated a couple of attempts here tonight. He's on the medium tires at the moment. There's only one driver in the top 10 that's gone on the soft. We see equals coming on the soft as well as they're into the final part of the corners as well. As course, I should say, as I tried to merge the corner and course set the words together. When I goes third fast there, I think there's more in the piggyback now from Milan, but he's at third fast at the moment. You can see then is Harry there is just coming back in to the pits then. Yeah, so we're going to just see what Liam Young do. He's on the medium tyres at the moment then. Also a season ago I made my debut in ALR Bronze with pole position around the track. Good, I love a bit of trivia here. Yeah, so yeah, Liam did take, I think it was him and Frisky Biscuit that made their debuts here last season in Bronze, didn't they? And goodness me, and it was a fantastic, wasn't it? I think that after one or two races, I think for Liam, yeah, I think the far the bronze admin was like, yep, he's definitely a silver driver, isn't he? Murphy switched Dan Murphy there, of course, the the silver admin. Snapped him up there, went to the Haas team, and goodness me, then, and it was kind of history in the making, wasn't it? Because that was really what prompted Haas's incredible renaissance in silver. Because up until this point of silver last season, it wasn't Haas at all at the top of the stands. I think it was Mercedes, wasn't it? It was, but Haas was quite a way down the constructors. But that run of incredible wins that Liam and Gurman showed in silver is absolutely mega stuff. It really was indeed. It's one of my favourite periods of silver. I got to say, silver has got quite a rich history and only being 2.5 seasons old. Fantastic, isn't it? As it's 50 races old now, isn't it? Silver is. As Liam has invalidated his time right at the the finale of the lap there. He's going to be kicking himself for that one. Equals is out on the lap at the moment as he is now coming past me and the DRS zone. And now then he's just got one more turn to make his teammate unfortunately invalidating his time, but can Equals then come up to the can Equals get through this corner. Lovely. Absolutely nailed that. Fantastic. Up to the line then, and what does Equals do? He goes into 10th fast at the moment then. I don't think that's going to be quick enough to get through into qualifying 3 at the moment. Mr. Elite then is 2/10 of a second down the second split time, so he's gone wrong somewhere. Liam has invalidated his time, and when you invalidate your time for this lap to the final corner, you also invalidate your next lap as well. So it's a double whammy. And unfortunately then for Liam, then he's also invalidated this one as well. I wonder if he's going to come back in the pits and throw on a set of soft tyres just to make up some time then. And I'll just take a look at the comments as well. Then we've got Troy saying, Gurman is back then. Goodness me, he is back with a bang, isn't he? We love to see it. Digger saying Emerson needs knocking off his purse before he does a Hamilton. Yeah, goodness me. I'm thinking about 7 seasons time, we'd be talking about Emerson breaking the 8 world titles, won't we, at this rate? Watch my this top 3 battle is looking class today. It really is, isn't it? We've got Gurman, Pease, Milan, Emerson, and it's so close, isn't it? 4/10 of a second. Cowie saying, I love my teammate. As his teammate at the moment is Gurman. Yes, a very good teammate indeed. Serious Russian saying, what will change, Cowie? I think I missed the boat there. And Gordo saying, "I'm late. How dare I then?" So watch Rondo saying, "Wow, talk about giving a slipstream now." We got Slammy saying, "Sammy's got to go soft." So I think then technically 5 votes on them on the medium. So we've also got Digger saying, "Unlucky Liam, one more stab at it as well." So I quickly there rush for all your comments, I apologise. I've been neglecting you in the opening parts of the stream then, but I blame the fact that my Brad Pitt hairstyle is getting in my way. Sam has done exactly what Cyrus Rusham has said. He has gone onto the soft tyres, and let's see what he could do then with 2 minutes to go in this session. And let's see, that is of course Sam there, one of the most experienced drivers in ALR history now, isn't he? He is, I got to say he's a part of furniture, isn't he, in ALR? As he cuts across the line, 6 fastest there Sam is, and I've got to say at this moment in time he is really on a really good run of form. This is probably his best form in terms of qualifying, and I thought that Mercedes was going into the back of that Alfa Romeo. Then only one Alfa Romeo left in the qualifying session. Vitol back out on circuit as well. Murphy once again then is having the worst luck in the an alpha male team at the moment, isn't he? As I think that as Jonathan's invalidated this time now, he's got one more bite of the cherry by the looks of things. Who is the closest one near the start finish line? It is Mr. Elite, isn't it? So here we're on board the Friday. Do not go over that curve, otherwise you will also invalidate this lap and the next lap. But of course, you do not want to lose any momentum, do you? Coming across the line then. So what's up for grabs? And Harry, I think, is looking very perilous in 10th position now. Knowlesy is back out on circuit as well, and we've got Todd, who's also out on the track as well. So there's a couple of the top 10 drivers that's not feeling too happy at the moment then. As we've got Equals is retired from the session and he's had enough. John Cox is also in the pit as well, and John Cox is also out of qualifying, and that could be a couple of drivers bringing a huge sigh of relief. But I feel that that might be the likes of Todd and Sam. I'm not sure about Knowles, he's going to have to keep going, isn't he? On board now with Mr. Elite, Diego, Liam are out on circuit as well then, so there's a lot more still to come in this qualifying session. 3/4 of a minute to go in this qualifying session, as we've got Gordon saying invalidation is absolutely a nightmare around here. It's one of the major tricks, isn't it, here in Canada, not to get any penalties as well. But it's easier said than done. But having said that, yours truly got no penalties in this race once. But having said that, I was very slow indeed then, and the only reason why that happened was because basically, yeah, I was just really slow, and I just kind of reversed into a podium, I think. Mr. Lee coming across the line, 14 fast then for Mr. Lee. He has time for one more run. Diego coming into the final turn as well, but he's invalidated his time. He hasn't got enough time now. He's got 8 seconds. 7, 6, 5, 4, he is through, and he's going to set a time now then. He isn't through in qualifying, I should say, but he is, but he has time for one more run then, so it's all or nothing now for Mr. Elite and Diego, who have just got past him before the checker flag is fluttering. It is now fluttering on the start finish straight in the breezy wind here in Montreal. Here comes Liam. Yeah, is it going to be a yellow? It is indeed. He is through. Great stuff indeed then. Knowlesy is on the second turn, is down the bottom of the circuit, and Todd is in 5th position. Good time there for Todd. Sam is finished. He's in 8th position well there. Here's Knowlesy then out of the hairpin. He's going to be very much looking over his shoulder. We've got Ferrari's a 10th for a second up as well. So Harry's out qualified. Equals and John Cox are out qualifying then. Tango is looking very precarious. I think Sam might be as well here. What about Knowlesy? He is looking very precarious. That is aged perfect there from Knowlesy. Out of the final turn there. What can Alexander do? He is in 6th position. Great stuff indeed. Here comes Mr. Lee then. He's on 10th for a second up then. And Mr. Lee is only 12th fast. I say only 12th. Very improved by 2 positions there. But unfortunately he's out of qualifying. Diego out of the final turn as well. He is just willing that Force India through. He is through into the top 10, I think. Great stuff indeed there. And it's a racing point, not a Force India. And Diego is through into qualifying 3 there. Great end of session stuff from the 2 racing point boys. Oh, great. And just confirmation who's out of qualifying, and John Cox out of qualifying now, as that's a big blow for John Cox, who usually is the second most successful qualifier in ALR history, down in 15th. Equals in 14th position there, and a bit of a nightmare day in qualifying today. Equals is Mr. Lee in 13th position, Harry in 12th position on his full debut for the Red Bull team, and Tango just outside the top 10 is going to start 11th. 4 drivers on the soft tires, Diego and Sammy on soft tires for Liam, soft tires for V Todd as well. The rest of the top 10 is on the medium tire. I completely lost where I was on my comments now then. As you got serious runs. I don't know why it's so strict around here. It's ridiculous. It really is. Digger saying, well done, Liam. Gordo saying, I know 1 inch wrong, and that chicane, and it's game over. Welsh Maldonado, let's go, Knowlesy. Then she is going to be absolutely delighted with that performance there from Knowlesy, as he snuck through into qualifying 2. Well, he didn't sneak through there. He absolutely blitzed it through, didn't he? Good stuff. And on the medium tires as well. 11th still great. Sammy, great tire torch said as well. Overall, this track is horrible there from Gordo. Bulky Volcano, why hello there. With his best Obi-Wan Kenobi impression there. We've also got Diego saying that Gordo, I agree there. Equals saying, nice one, Liam. I'll pick it up in the race there as well. And I've got to say, I love the team and dynamics of all these drivers. It's absolutely good. Something Cali there complimenting his his teammate German, unless he manages German as well. Maybe. Yeah, so commenting on how good his teammates doing. Also, we've got Equals there, just telling his teammate Liam that he'll pick it up in the race as well. But I think that Equals seems to have the opposite effect, doesn't he? Where he does really well in qualifying and not too well in the race. So hopefully in this occasion do a bit disappointed in qualifying, but in the race getting some good points on the board. Gurman then is out quite quickly here and quite early as well. Look at that gap he's got there. That's Pease who is coming through as well in second position. It's a lovely day here in Canada, isn't it? But we've already mentioned that the weather is going to be a major factor in the final stage of this Grand Prix. Now, I'm expecting safety cars as well. We'll talk about that in the race itself, I would say. Well, if these drivers give me a chance anyway, because I have a feeling they don't give me a chance to speak about a lot, really, do they? Good job I don't sit down and write any notes up, isn't it? Otherwise, I got to say, I'll be very upset. Malone Gurman coming into turn 1 there, accelerating out of turn 2. Great stuff indeed then. We have got, as we've just got Serious Russian, hey, Boki then, wish I still race and left the server because, oh goodness me, because Dan decided to disown me. Oh dear boy. Liam saying I don't usually use soft for qualifying here, so the race is a bit unknown then. The rain from Gordo as well. Yes, so the rain is going to be very, very crucial indeed, isn't it? As I've got to quickly adjust my sweater, I don't know why I'm wearing a sweater really. You can tell we're over in the North American parks. It's a jumper usually, isn't it? But I've got all American on you guys, haven't I? Gurman there in the American team, albeit you're not sure about that in 2021 with the very interesting livery there, which reminds you of a different nation there who unfortunately cannot race under their nationality's flag anymore, as it after all the interesting things going on over there. But less said about that, the better, I would say, is Gurman out of turn 14. And let's see what the Haas driver can do. He goes fast at the moment on a 7.677. Goodness me. Absolutely fine stuff indeed there. Emerson is going to be second car through, then Peace there has dropped back. I wonder if Peace made a problem there. And look, Emerson is in the 7.9s of own. Peace is in the 8s as well. That's a cracker out there. What about Milan? He's a qualifying specialist. Can he improve? Not quite. Gurman is 2/10 of a second in front so far. Nosey is 5th position at the moment. My goodness me. What about Cowie as well? Oh, he's tapped the old cold barrier there. And he's coming up to the line. Is he damaged the car? He has, but he's 5th fastest then for the Haas car. Vital is invalidated, so he's going to have to go around again. Diego is coming out of the hairpin as well. We're on board. Diego, Salmon and Liam decide to come back in the pits then. We'll see how they do then. As they're coming down the back straight as well. Gordo is saying they're actually not too bad, I believe. Liam then is Liam was just talking about he was going into the unknown now, going on to the soft tires. Diego coming over the finish line as well. 7 fast then for Diego. Vital is still out on circuit there. He looks like he's also on it like a car bonnet once again. 2 cars haven't gone out on circuit at the moment. And one is Sam, the other is Liam. I think that they've ran out of tires, haven't they? Which is why they're not out there at this moment in time. Then is Pease in the Williams or are my eyes rubbish set? I think your eyes are rubbish set. Serious mention. Pease is in the Williams. He's in 4th position at the moment so far. We've also got Sammy got through. Sammy got through. My apologies, Sammy. There. Yes, Sammy did get through at the moment. He is not out. He is not on the track yet. But just as I say that, I tell a lie. There he goes. He emerges out of the pit exit, and away he goes. Then V-Todd then is up to the. There's a car that's coming in the pits. Then we had a crash here, didn't we? I think wasn't it in silver or gold? Then I think I'm sure it's Fireshot involved actually, wasn't it? When I think one of the cars was trying to come in the pits. It was a very messy incident, and V-Todd goes 7th fastest then. Yeah, it was a very strange and messy incident. Was that last season? There is, I think it was Fireshot. They emerged from under the camera from the camera shot, going the wrong way, wasn't it? It was a very humongous crash, which brought out the safety car. We are expecting more safety cars here tonight as well. Could be some good points if Pease and Sammy don't spin at her. Yes, indeed. Then Williams are at the moment there. They are not. They're not looking too pretty in the gold, are they? As unfortunately. Everyone got 20 points to their names so far. Well, here comes Sam now then, as I quickly adjust my own headpiece and my hairpiece as well. There we go. I can now see clearly. Let's see what we can do then. My view needs to be perfect then to watch Sammy stuff. He comes across the line. And let's see what he can do as well then. As Sam is sporting a very plain helmet there. I haven't even spoken about a helmet yet, so I've got to say that's really impressive stuff. I've been on air for almost an hour now. I've got to say that's definitely a South 5. That's a rehabilitation camp for not talking about helmets is working absolutely fantastic, isn't it? But not a bit bit of a plain Jane helmet there from Sam. I'm wondering that if I'm very disappointed, Sam, if that's his helmet choice then, because I'm sure that he's a bit more of a I think he would definitely be a bit more of a I thought he would have a bit more colour on that one, but there we go, as we just watched it. But there's enough about me. I'm talking and slamming. Oh no, it's just I talk about Sam's helmet. He's invalidated this time, and unfortunately that's it then, so he's gonna have to go around again. Has he got enough tyres? Because I'm wondering if he didn't come out earlier on because he used too many sets of tyres, and because you get a brand new banking pair of tyres, don't you, or quad tyres I should say. So you don't get 2 tyres, you get 4 tyres, don't you? But yeah, I'm wondering if Sam there unfortunately didn't get had a too many runs earlier on then, and he is now coming back into the pits at Savage, so he hasn't set a time then. Liam out on circuit as well, and it looks like Liam has definitely only got 1 set of tyres, so that's why he is going now. Milan has started his lap, Emerson started his lap as well, Pease is also started then, so let's see what we can do then. Of course, these, I would say then that on average, Pease, Emerson and Milan are probably the quickest drivers on average at ALR, but of course that is only on paper, isn't it? And the beauty about live sport is that we don't race on paper, do we? As we don't race on paper, is of course it is about a sporting challenge, isn't it? As and talking of sporting challenge, Pease has really looks like he understeered into the second part of chicane there, and he has invalidated his time now. Is Pease there, and we've also got Milan who's had a similar problem there, but Emerson is still quick, and a lovely helmet design there from Emerson as well. I think that's a new one, is it? Or am I just being daft? And Emerson there out to the hairpin as well, and he's coming up to the final chicane as well. Let's see what he can do then, as we're coming up then, and now flying into the final part of the lap as well, near the wall of champions, and Olivet is in pole position. It is second at the moment there. He is a whisker behind Gurman there, but Gurman is still the benchmark. He is out of the final turn, and he's 33 hundredths of a second down in the second split. Is he improving? He hasn't there. Goodness me, but that is enough for pole position. Not quite. That second run wasn't enough for pole position because he's 4,000 seconds slower than Emerson, but he has a lot of pace in that car, doesn't he? Here's Nosey. I know there's a lot of drivers going on very early then. Nosey taking a lot of the first curve, and that is brilliant stuff indeed there for Nosey. Let's see what he does on the time sheets. He stays in the 6th fastest zone, improves by a 10th of a second there. Here's Liam there coming into the chicane then now. Let's see what he can do then, and now he breaking down into 5th gear as well. Hop, skip and a jump there. Oh my word, there, get on the power on the curve there, over the line. It's 6th fastest there from Liam, and I gotta say he left all of that on the track and then some. Really enjoyed that. That was a great lap. Emerson's validated his time, Gurman's validated his time as well. Knowles has come back into the pits, and this is great stuff indeed. That V-Todd is out on circuit, and so is Sammy as well. So Serge saying it's talking about the helmet in public, that's the problem then. Indeed it is there. I've really got to kick the habit. Sam going across the line into start his lap. We have also got Welsh Maldonado, Emerson on pole, Jeepers Creepers there. So I think that was her best Valma impression, I think it was. Oh, Sam there going onto the grass there. His best Peter Solberg impression there from Sam. Love it. Flying past me now then. Whoa, very close to the edge there. Fernando Alonso crashed there, didn't he? In 2005 then, which is a bit of a black mark or a skid mark there on his very impressive resume of 2005, because that was his first season of being the world champion, and I can't believe we're sitting in 2021 now that Fernando Alonso is back at the Endstone outfit. But not only that, he's a 2-time world champion as well, which I got to say that was definitely wasn't expecting them to be saying that, because I thought he would at least be 3, maybe 4-time world champion. And kind of that's where the debate of stats go out the window, really, isn't it? Because Fernando Alonso, only a 2-time world champion, I think he's only got 32 Grand Prix wins, hasn't he, or something along those lines, around the 30 mark. But everyone deems Fernando Alonso to be one of the greats, don't we? Well, I certainly do. Anyway, I think he's a great driver, probably not the best judge of teams, I would say. As he seems so he's jumped to the wrong team at the wrong time, really, isn't it? It's kind of do what the opposite of Fernando would do, really, kind of thing, isn't it? And unfortunately, he has made some enemies in Formula 1 in the past, but he has seemed to have rebuilt a lot of those bridges as well, as he went back to the McLaren team in 2015, albeit it wasn't as a successful partnership as he would have liked. It seems the Honda project didn't do very well, did it? But it's done a lot better for the Red Bull team, wasn't it? So it kind of showed that it was kind of the McLaren McLaren chassis was kind of half the problem, along with Honda's appalling reliability. Todd is invalidated his time there, and that's the second time gone as well. So unfortunately for Todd, I think that might be it. Well, he might have to just get around the track quite quickly if he wants to have a... No, Sam is in the wall. He is in the wall then. I think he's left a bit of the Williams car there as well. He has, you know. He's 2.5 seconds up in the second split time. Oh, goodness me. Look at this. Diego is having to dodge all kinds of cars there as they are merging out onto the pits. Emerging on their outlap one, and Cowie is invalidated his time then, so he's going to have to go around again then. We've got 56 seconds to go in this qualifying session. Now coming into the... Oh, Sam's also invalidated his time. That's it. He's out. He's done in qualifying, unfortunately for Sam. But he was leaving it all on the track there. He'd be 10th fastest. But in his second race of ALR Gold, he's in qualifying 3 once again. Fantastic stuff there. Good stuff indeed then. Diego is still continuing on, but he's a second down, Diego is then. Look at those black clouds then. We are not expecting the rain in the qualifying session there, but we are expecting rain in the race there. So really looking forward to that one. Todd is invalidated his time now, so he's got 20 seconds to gets himself to the end of the lap then. Nosey starts his lap as well. What about Liam? Liam's got 17 seconds as well. It's going to be very much nip and tuck then. Here comes Cowie flying past me. Pease has invalidated his time. Milan has invalidated his time as well. Emerson has invalidated this one. It looks like he's invalidated the final part of the lap then, as the German there at the moment, and he is on course to have his I think this is his first pole position of his career in gold then, and I think this will be his he's been in pole position in every single category of ALR, and I'm sure that is I don't think that's a first. I'm sure that Pease has done that actually, but I'll have to get out my notes then. But German coming out to the line, and German is lowered the bar. It is pole position there from German. Oh, a magnificent qualifying performance. German is in frightfully good form here tonight. My goodness me, what an incredible qualifying performance. Emerson is done. Milan is done as well. Pease is still on circuit as well. Cowie is finished off his lap. Cowie is retired from the session. What about Nosey then? It's the track is starting to and Nosey's in the pits as well. They're all falling by the wayside. Diego's done as well. Diego's done then, so it's just Toll Pease and Liam left then. Liam then is on the lap then, so is Toll Pease, but I think he's going to have dirty air into the final chicane, but he is using the super stream then. Is this going to be enough? And look at him, he's gaining, then going down into the chicane then. And oh, Toll Pease invalidated his time, and so is Milan, so is Liam as well. German is on pole position then for the Canadian Grand Prix. Oh my word, that is absolutely sensational qualifying there from German. His first pole position of his gold career, and that is the German of silver, isn't it? We had a flash of it in China. We got the whole shebang here in the Canadian Grand Prix. Magnificent stuff there from German. And I must say, there is going to be a lot of drivers concerned about the pace of that Haas going into the race. German on pole position then for the first time in his gold career. He's been on pole position every single division in ALR. For absolutely phenomenal stuff indeed. Emerson there, unfortunately, again, a lot of track invalidations along with Milan and Pease, who are second, third and fourth. Cowie on his debut, he is really backing up the claims that he is a very quick cookie, isn't he? A very quick customer in fifth position. Haas are first and fifth and going into Canadian Grand Prix. Looking very spicy indeed, isn't it? And it just says, Serious Russian, it's just talent sound to inject. This is going to be some race, I can feel it then. Surely it's impossible not to be a good race there from Welsh Maldonado. True that then. ALR Gold with the darts in the background. What more can you want then? Well, I think Spurs fans will be loving the fact that Harry Kane has just scored his free one now. Great stuff. Digger saying, well done, German. Gordo, yes, German. Invalidating me for 2 laps then. Serious Russian, get your head in the race space, Sam. Good luck. And oh my word there, look at that then, very overcast, isn't it? We're just looking at the Paddock Club then. The Ferrari mechanics of Echo is looking very calm in the garage there, and as they are now getting ready for the start of the Grand Prix here in Canada as well. And as we have taken a trip across the pond, and we were here in North America for the Canadian Grand Prix before we return to France in a week's time as well. As we return back to Europe as well, we are 10 seconds away then for the start of the Grand Prix here in Canada. Oh, and so as Serge Rush is also saying, good luck to Pease as well. Of course, Pease is a part of the Williams clan. Right then, I'm taking a breather because this is going to be a cracker. I have a feeling. I can feel it in my waters. Then, right then, let's get ready to get going then for the start of the Canadian Grand Prix. 35 laps around here. There's a lot of lappage, isn't there? There will be safety cars. I feel there is also rain on the horizon as well. There, remember the 2011 Grand Prix there, where the race had to be stopped then, didn't it? Because the rain was absolutely appalling. We also had a very wet Canadian Grand Prix in the 2000 season as well, where Michael Schumacher really shown his prowess in the wet, didn't he? So we'll see what is going to be at play here tonight then for the Canadian Grand Prix. As Serious Mushroom has just asked, as reserves, they don't score points, do they? Yes, they do score points, and they just do not get shown on the championship standings because until they're full-fledged drivers, but of course all their points do go to their career tallies, and so whatever Sam scores today will go to his tally, and whoever else is in the reserve seat here tonight as well. We're just saying, and Gordon saying, looking forward to France, and not my best in real life, not the best in real life, but brilliant on the game in my opinion though. And Theo, what a qualifying as well. It was a cracking qualifying. Was absolutely joyous to watch that, as I've got 2 turns to go through the grid. Here we go. Gurman on pole position for the first time in his ALR career in gold. He has been on pole position in gold, silver and bronze now. Fantastic feat there. Emerson is alongside him, the championship leader on row 1. Milan in 3rd position. 4th position is Total Peace. Cowie in his debut race in 5th. Liam, the highest soft shot runner in 6th. Knowlesy in 7th. And V Todd on soft, with Diego and Sam also on soft as well. That is the top 10. Tango in 11th position on the medium tires. He is on a brand new spanking set of tires. And Harry, the only driver on the hard tires, on 12th. And Mr. Elite in 13th position. Equals 14th. The British Italian driver Jonathan in 15th. Carboy 16th in 3rd position of the World Championship. Echo 17th on soft tires. Dynamo Dan 18th. Gunnar 19th. Murphy with a troublesome Alfa Romeo is 20th on the grid. 35 laps then. We are about to get going for the Canadian Grand Prix. 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights as a pause, and we are racing? No, we're not racing yet, but the lights have come on, but no one's home there. On board Gurman waiting for those lights as well. Look at those revs are building up then. Look at them, he's at a steady RPM. We're go for the Canadian Grand Prix. Gurman has kept his lead, then Viton has got past Knowlesy already. Knowlesy is dropping down the order as he's had a difficult start, but that's his teammate there as well. Cowie is fight. Emerson and Milan there side by side out of turn 2 as Milan is trying to get past there, but Emerson has kept position there. He's gone across the ground. So Emerson outside as he is really starting to defend as well. Look at the position changes up and down the order. It's a very short straight to turn 1, isn't it? P's in 4th position there. Cowie is all over the back in 5th position. Liam in 6th position there. I don't think that's a very good start actually, but Gurman is already full. He's already pulling away. My goodness me, this man is absolutely on fire at the moment. Emerson is 2nd position there, as Emerson is just trying to get into race mode, isn't he? Cowie is trying to defend off Liam, then Liam is on the soft tires there. Liam is going up the inside into the hairpin as well. Down into the hairpin is out up the inside. Cowie, does he know he's there? He does know he's there. Liam is going to have to purchase there, but Cowie has the speed. He does have the speed there. We also got Diego and Sam there battling away as well. Cowie has gone into the slipstream in the Mercedes head. He is swooping left, now he's swooping right. He's back in the rear wing there as he's dropped down position, and so Cowie would not like to have that, but remember, this is a very long race as well. Then Peters, I think he's gone to the barrier. Has he hit the wall of champions? Peters, Gerben is at the bar. That's also a Red Bull. He's ricocheted back in and back out. I think it was Gooder. It's Gooder who's having a couple of gremlins there, and now we got Carboy who's dropped down the other side. He's at the inside track position there. Gunnar has lost out there, and Dan is on the outside, and he is through as well. Oh, Gunnar, Milan has got penalties already then. So just take a look then. It's a yellow flags in 3. What's happened there? Harry, the Red Bull driver, is dropping down the order. There's something wrong there for the Red Bull driver. That is an understatement, isn't it? I've got a rubbish camera angle. He's damaged the car. Lovely shot from the rear wing of Gurman, and Gurman's got 2nd advance already. There's Emerson, the world championship leader and the world champion there, who is at the moment chasing down the silver world champion. We got to Tolpiz, who looks like he just kissed the Armco there. Murphy's got a 3-second penalty as well. That's very unusual for the ALR veteran, isn't it, of Dan Murphy. But yes, having penalties quite early on. Then Vitol in a very strong 7th position at the moment. Then Knowlesy down to 9th, and he's dropped down 9 positions. Then we've got three positions made out there for Echo as well, and also for Dan Murphy. Harry's got a penalty as well, a 3-second 3-second penalty. Then let's quickly go to the tyres as well. What a start to this race then, as now coming up then to complete a lap 2 at the Grand Prix, 3/10 of a second then, as Milan there's got a penalty. There's so many cars with penalties already in this race then. Liam, Cowie and Milan then. It's 3-second penalty for Gunnar as well, and Murphy and Harry. So yes, pretty. So as Harry's got a 5-second penalty as well for speeding the pits, and then Harry is out of the Grand Prix. Oh dear then. So his Peace has also got a penalty as well. My goodness, the penalties are really raining down at the moment. Yellow flag as it is for Harry. He's out of the Grand Prix. Oh dear then. That's not at all good, is it, for Harry? Is Serious Mercer said Gurman is a future ALR legend. That good stuff indeed. As Serious Mercer asks, his P's got damaged. He looks okay. He is okay then. He is indeed, isn't he? So yes. Is Liam now? Drove it off there to the middle part of the track. Like Tangle's left for session now. He's got a couple of technical problems over the old PlayStation 4, hasn't he? Both Ferraris are very much along the story. And then Ferrari, I got to say, Ferrari are quite synonymous around here, aren't they? Of course, with the legend Gilles Villeneuve. Of course, he was the brilliant French-Canadian driver, wasn't he? Absolutely a legend there, wasn't he? In the Formula 1 folklore. Cowie moving back up into 5th position there. Total Peace is now all over the back, though, of as Equals is now very close to the back of Sam there. Where are they? Sam there is up. It's in 12th position at the moment, and Sam is still got no penalty at the moment, and he's in 11th position there, looking strong at the moment there. Lock up in the front of us then, but Liam is all over the back of Cowie still then. So Cowie had a very good run out of the hairpin. VTOL is also now starting to get up in the grill as well. Cowie has had another penalty, I think, to his name, and Diego is just got past Tango as well. Then 2 tenths of second deficit between Equals and Sam at the moment. Then we're on board then with Equals, and it's Tango dropping down the order. Then this is good for Sam and for Equals, Echo and Co as well. But as Tango has just joined the session, then, so he's back in the session. Then lovely shot from the rear wing. And both Ferraris then are quite close together once again. Then I got to say, the Echo with Mr. Elite. The Echo. And Sam's off the circuit there, and Sam is off the track there. What a shame there. I think he just lost it there, and he's trying to spin back around then, but he's dropped all the way down to the back of the field. What a shame there for Sam. Then it's Jonathan is on the outside of Cardboard. Great maneuver there. And we've also got Pease, who's gone past Milan, and he's down in the third position. Then Milan dropping down the order there. Pease has now been to is down in the second position, and the gap at the front is a second, and less than a second is yo-yoing around between Gurman and Emerson. The two ALR champions, aren't they, from their two different divisions out of silver. Oh my goodness me, what is occurring here? And Echo's now been to 10th position, getting past Equals, dropping down to him. Equals is on the medium tyre though, isn't he? So whilst the two cars in front are on the soft end, look at this, and this is a great old battle. Here, Jonathan's off! Jonathan is spun in the water, and he got onto the grass there, and he accelerated him because of that just spun the car around. Jonathan, a virtual safety car, he's lost the wing then, and Jonathan, oh dear then, and oh goodness me, Jonathan's had a nightmare season, isn't he? Sam there is just recovering as well. We just seen the end of that, didn't we? As unfortunately there, get onto the grass there, spinning the rear wheels on because of that just spun the car around, and that's a shame, isn't it, for Jonathan? Going back to this incredibly heated battle here now. We've already 5 laps into this Grand Prix. Absolutely fantastic stuff in there. We've only lost one retirement so far. That's Harry, who's out. We've only lost one car so far. That's Harry out of the Grand Prix quite early on then, which is such a shame, though, isn't it? It's just on a board then with Carboy in 13th position. And when is this virtual safety car going to come in then? As we're waiting for the wing then to be recovered from the circuit so we can get back going, and that is what the hold up is at the moment then. And now it's a drive-through penalty for Sam then. And look at this, that is absolute perfection there. So now he's at the inside, Mr. Elite. Oh goodness, we're going to free abreast. The two Ferraris are coming to blows, and very close there. And Nosey's coming into the pits, and look at this, and we got 4 abreast, and it's Mr. Elite. It's Echo. Echo is done very well there, but look at this, and he's at the inside, past his teammate. And I think Ferrari would rather have Mr. Elite in front because he's on the medium tyres. I'm wondering how long those soft tyres are going to last for. Carboy is also now up into a very solid 11th position, then doing a good job once again, just like in Baku. Knowlesy then is in the pits, and I think, did Knowlesy have a drive-through penalty? I think he did. So Knowlesy, the man who's second in the World Championship, had a drive-through penalty. Oh goodness me, then I think that's the case anyway, because he just drove through the pit and he hasn't changed those tyres then. Knowlesy hasn't, so that's a big blow indeed then as we come into the second chicane as well, or third chicane then, and there is a very wayward Tangle then. Gunnar's dropped behind that Dynamo Dan as well. It's a great old scrap here. Emerson has found his tyres, and he is now right underneath the rear wing of German as well. That is battle for the race lead here in Canada. Emerson is going for his third Grand Prix win around the Gilles Villeneuve circuit. German is still looking for his first Grand Prix win in gold, isn't he? Remember, he only got his first Grand Prix win in silver, though, in the French Grand Prix the next round then. But German is looking very strong at the moment, isn't he? Good stuff indeed then. And Dynamo down up in the 14th position as well. Is just watching Knowlton, who's trying to recover then. 3-second penalty for Diego as well. And this is the battle for the lead of the Canadian Grand Prix. Carboy has just got past. There he is. But look at this. Mr. Lee is back on the inside. And look at this. And it's wheel to wheel. Remember, he had a big smash here. Oh my goodness. They're going side by side. And that's incredible stuff. How do they do that? That's phenomenal. And now he crosses through as well. He crosses through and he's up into 11th position. Mr. Lee has been hung out to dry. He's down in 12th position. Look. There's Murphy up into 13th as well. Oh, great stuff indeed then. And wow, it was amazing how he went through turn 3 and 4 side by side. That was magnificent stuff indeed then. Absolutely a spectacular Grand Prix racing. His equals there was getting a bit wayward there, wasn't he? Lovely shot from the diffuser here of Mr. Lee. German has lost the lead because it's Emerson who has taken the lead of the Canadian Grand Prix. And Emerson there has just been eating into the lead there of German. Now he has taken the lead then. Has he got the pace to stretch away from the man who is so quick in qualifying? But qualifying and race situations are completely different. Let's see what German can do then in the Haas car. Emerson, I gotta say, is a very tough customer. P's in third position, and fourth is Milan there as well. So we just got a lot of changes of the positions here, and I think we've got a couple of cars in the pits. Vitot is in the pits. Carboy is trying to keep equals behind him, and Echo is not too far up the road either on those soft tyres at the moment. And Jonathan Cox came in the pits, and on the soft tyres. As we've also got Sammy came in the pits as well. He's gone to the medium tyres there to extend this first stint, and we do expect rain at the end of this race then, of course. So that is what the drivers must keep an eye out for. The question is, whether it comes too late in the race, then you cannot be too concerned by the weather there and just keep watching at the sky, as because otherwise that would just completely ruin your strategy. The golden rule in Formula 1 has been on the right tyre at the right time when it comes to wet weather conditions. But of course, you cannot be caught napping by sky watching, can you? And look at that then, is we've got Diego and Echo just having a good old scrap. That Echo was home for some points here tonight, where he's had a very solid start to the Grand Prix, hasn't he? He's up to 8th position here. And now it's German is keeping it in the wheel tracks of Emerson at the moment. That's a great battle then for the first and second in this race. Look in the background there is that Nolsey is alongside as well. Diego's got a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pits. Oh no! And that is not good at all. Into the pits there comes Echo as well, as we've just rejoined this battle for third position there. Simon's got a 3-second penalty as well. These penalties are coming up thick and fast there. And we were talking about the penalties in qualifying, but goodness me, it's a major problem for a lot of these drivers at the moment. The top two haven't got any penalties just yet, but Cowie and Milan and Pease have got penalties. So is Mr. Lee, and so is Murphy. And goodness gracious me, then this is going to be crucial in this race later on, isn't it? Let's take stock, shall we? We're on lap 9 of the Grand Prix already in this race. I'm already glistening with sweat then, which is absolutely appalling stuff, isn't it? I really need to get back to the gym, don't I, really, as I've just sat down talking and I'm getting sweaty. So we got John Cox who's got past Sam. He's into turn 1 there. Good stuff indeed there for John Cox, and up into 18th position there. Billy, he's got a long way to go then, as they're coming back to the race leaders as well. And here they are as they come across the line then, as Emerson there is trying to inch out then from German at the moment. German going a bit deep in at turn 1 as well, but I'm really interested in this battle here. Anyway, it's Emerson leader then after 10 laps here in Canada. Second position is German. Third position is we'll come back to the Murphy's got another penalty there. That's unusual to see Murphy getting penalties. This is around here. This is Murphy is usually quite good with the lack of penalties that he gets, but at the moment it's the understeer, I think, and it's the dirty air which is really costing him, isn't it? Murphy in the Grand Prix. Third position is Toll Peace, and 3 seconds back from the battling duo of Emerson and German. Fourth position is Milan. We got Cowie in 5th position. 6th position is Clark Boys, 11 seconds away from Cowie. Equals in 7th position. Now we've got Mr. Lee and Dan, 8th and 9th position. Dynamo Dan, the second Dan in this race, is in 10th position. He's just outside the points, but Dynamo Dan doing a very good job there. No penalties. Liam in 11th position there. Knowlesy drive-through penalty earlier on. He's down in 12th then. Vitor in 13th position there. We've got Gunnar in 14th position. Mr. Lee has got a 3-second penalty. He was on board with him when he cut the corner. 14th position is Gunnar. Echo came into the pits last time around. He is now on new soft medium tires there, along with Diego in 16th position. Tango 17th. Milan's got another penalty as well for his troubles. 17th is a Tango. 18th position is yellow flags. Yellow flags. That's a McLaren off. Dynamo Dad is off the circuit there. Oh my word, there he is right off there. And just as I think I put the commentator's curse on Dynamo Dad, he was looking strong, wasn't he? Equals is through. No, he isn't. It is Mr. Leap through. He is past the Mercedes driver into the pits. There comes Murphy after 10 laps on the soft tyres. And then let's see what he's going to go on now. Then I'm sure he's going to go into the medium tyres then, and just hang this one out then. Well, absolutely incredible race at the moment. Really good stuff indeed then. So Emerson is now leading by 8 tenths a second, but he cannot drop Gurman, who is the silver world champion at the moment now. As Murphy is coming out of the pits. Now then, you can see that the pit lane just shortcuts turn 1 and 2, then comes out right behind Diego. And Murphy is not going to be too pleased with that, because he probably wants a bit of clean air there to find his bearings in this Grand Prix. Back with Mr. Lee at the moment. He's looking very strong at the moment, isn't he, in this race? That Cart Boy has had a great start to this Grand Prix. Now though, he's got a bit of competition in the form of the Ferrari driver. Echo, I think Echo just got past Dynamo down up in the 13th position as well then, as accelerating out the hairpin. There's the two Mercedes going then of Liam, who is the top driver that has pitted then. So he's on 2-lap old medium tires, and so he's going for the undercut here. I think Liam might be a thorn in the side of some of the front runners later on this race. Liam is a front runner in all notes and purposes, but here today he's in 9th position and the midfield runner at this moment in time then, as going back into turn 1 and 2 as well. Gunnar's got another 3-second penalty. Usually we don't look at the penalties till later on in the race, but look at that. That's a lot of penalties right from the get-go here in this race. Topes, Milan and Cowie have 6 seconds then already. We got 9 seconds for Equals, 9 seconds for Echo as well, 8 seconds for Diego, 6 seconds for Murphy as well, and 12 seconds for Sam. So those are the penalties at this moment in time, and that's a lot of penalties, isn't it? We're just on board the Mercedes of you. So looking back at the front of the Mercedes then. Great 17th then. This is Liam then, who is coming up behind his team. I wonder if Mercedes are going to be on the phone to each other now and asking Equals to make way for Liam. As into the pits there comes Gurman. Gurman's in the pits there for the Haas team then, and there are the medium tyres once again then, so this is a guaranteed 2-stop now for the Haas car. As where is he going to come out then? As into the pits there comes I think that was Total Peace, I think it was as Cowie has stayed on them, but Total Peace just kind of delaying Gurman slightly, then. That might be crucial in this Grand Prix. This is going to be a tough one, isn't it? Whoever wins this one is definitely going to earn it, isn't they? And as I now go into turn 2 as well. And look at this then, and just as I said, Equals then has just got past, let Liam through then. Great teamwork there from Equals then. Of course, that's a very sensible thing to do, isn't it? But remember, these drivers are very selfish. Of course, they are all racing for themselves as well, isn't it? Cyrus Mushroom saying, I don't think anyone here is a midfield runner in his opinion then. That is very much true, isn't it? I definitely, I think that's because in terms of the championship, Liam is around 6 in the championship. Yes, I think that was a very bad call on my opinion, wasn't it? But there you go, that just shows how much I know. So we're just coming down into the hairpin as well. The gap at the front is 11 seconds at the moment. It's 12 seconds now. No, just it accelerated away. But at the moment, as it stands, we've got Emerson who's still leading, but it's Cowie who's now in the pits. And Emerson is extending this stint then, so he's not reacting to the drivers that are coming in the pits behind. Then Bailey Smith undercut, come on, as I think Bailey is getting very excited in the comments as well. I'll try and read through all your comments as much as I can, guys. Then out of the pits comes Cowie as well, as look, Liam then is through then, and look at this, Liam's going up the inside, passes the Ferrari driver. Great stuff then for Liam. That's crucial in this Grand Prix as well. Echo's got a 3-second penalty. There's Equals, and Cowie coming out just behind then, just behind Equals as well. So at the moment we've got Liam is only 4 seconds back now from Milan. Then we've got Pease, who's in third position. Gurman, who's in second position. He's very much within the window as well. And I thought Emerson was spinning there because it completely made me jump there. I was looking at the very wrong part. I thought he was in a completely different part of the circuit there. Cowie trying to get past Equals, and he's on fresh medium tires and dispatches Equals quite easily in the Mercedes. So he's up in the second position now. He's got 2 seconds there between himself. He's got a 3-second penalty. So Cowie, that's lovely shot here from the rear wing. Cowie's got a 3-second penalty there for for running wide then, as they now coming down as well. Gordo saying rooting for Gurman as well. I think that gap, I think he'll jump that gap. Serious Russia, well, let's have a go. Sure, mate, laugh out loud. No, don't worry about that. Yeah, don't worry about that. Of course, everyone is, yes, I think your opinion is much more correct than mine is. But if you get the cut of my drift, or whatever it is, at this race anyway, I think that Liam was a midfield runner, but now he's in the 5th position there and doing a cracking job, isn't he? We've also got Wilson saying, come on Red Bull, with a sad face as well, because both Red Bulls are 17th, while one Red Bull 17th, the other driver is out of the Grand Prix at the moment. Murphy has got past his namesake of Dynamo Dan, because Dynamo Dan is in the pits, and we've got Gordo saying unless he stretches his stint to the rain, then I don't think he'll rain. Jeff's lying again there from Serious Russia as well. Yes, you can never trust that Jeff there. He's very much a sneaky little devil, isn't he? Vitor then right underneath the rear wing then of Equals at the moment. Then Mr. Elite then has just got past them by Cowie as well. Cowie is really starting to put a spurt on as well. Gurman is into the pits. There comes Emerson then. So Emerson there is going to lose the lead here. I wonder how far behind it's going to go then. But this is going to get very interesting then. Rain is on the horizon then, but Serious Mushroom is making a call that he might not think that the rain will come in time. Or perhaps if it does, then it's going. And look, Emerson's on the soft tires here, and so Emerson there Jeff is telling that Emerson is very much might be in the pit window for the wet tires. And later on, yes, it's dry at the moment. He comes up behind Total Peace, and this is going to get very, very serious indeed, isn't it? Oh, looking forward to this one. Simon's got a 3-second penalty at the moment. Then into the pit comes Mr. Elite then, knows he's in the pits as well, as is Equals, and goodness me, there's so many in the pits. Pease might get Mo. No, as well then. Mo's on softs, it must be true. It's a brave manoeuvre there. And so a 3-second penalty for Murphy as well, and these penalties are really racking up then. And I'm surprised with some of the candidates getting the penalties as well, but this man hasn't got any penalties at all at the moment. This man is the world champion, the championship leader as well. He is right behind Pease, and he's going for a spurt, second stint here, soft tires, and this is going to get very interesting indeed, isn't it? As I've been saying that all the way through this Grand Prix, I've got to say, I sound very much like a broken record as well, as Bailey is saying. Then it's time to try and Pease. Look, there's the race leader. These guys are closing on Gurman, isn't they? This is going to get very interesting indeed then. So as we're on board now then with Emerson, as look at this, and he's right underneath the rear wing. Look at that, less than a 10th of a second. He's on the outside. He passes Pease, and he's into turn 1 in second position there. Yes, he is on the soft tires, isn't he? So Emerson, they're very much making hay whilst the sun is shining here, and this is crucial in the outcome of this Grand Prix. I'm absolutely loving it at the moment. Great stuff indeed then. Serious Russian, come on Pease, lad. Unfortunately, Pease has dropped down into 3rd position as well. Gordo saying, I'm going to the toilet. Yes, I think Gordo is going to take a break then. I think it's getting too much for the young lad, isn't it? It's getting too much for me as well at this moment. Oh, goodness me. Cowie in 6th position, right underneath the rear wing of Liam. Liam was one of the earlier adopters going on to the medium tires, wasn't he? So as Simon's got a 3-second penalty as well, down in 70th position. Simon is quick in qualifying, but unfortunately in the race at the moment, he's just having a couple of issues then. As Cowie there is right underneath the rear wing of Liam, then is he going to have a look down into the airpin, and not quite, and he's too far back, believe it or not, but as he accelerates out then, Peter is a yellow flag in at 3 then, so I think it's Gunnar, he's had a problem there. Gunnar's completely stopped on the circuit, and we've got Cowie, he's just got past him as well, but Gunnar's had some issues in the Red Bull. Both Red Bulls, well, one Red Bull's out, the other Red Bull is Liam's in the pits, and Liam is in the pits, and so Liam's only in after 8 laps on the medium tires. I've punched myself in the face, and he is on the soft tires, and Liam is. So this is getting very interesting indeed, and half distance in the Grand Prix. Oh, he has damaged the nose cone. Oh no, Liam, who's having a great Grand Prix. And now then Liam coming out of the pits, and what a shame there from Liam. That is crucial in this Grand Prix, isn't it? What a shame. And then just take a look then. There's so much going on in this Grand Prix. I'm absolutely loving this race. This is fantastic, isn't it, guys? Keep on coming in as well. Harry Kane just scored another goal then, so it's 4-1 now to Tottenham as well. And so it's a good day for Tottenham fans out there, isn't it? Great stuff indeed. And Serious Mushroom Gunner's so hard, he's fast. He can stop on the track for a laugh. As a Gunner having stopped on the track at this stage of the last lap there, didn't he? Unfortunately for Gunner, he is down in in 19th position at the moment, just 30 seconds off of Jonathan Cox, and Pease has got a penalty as well. As at this stage of the race, then is now the form. I'm loving this because the form is now swapped. Then Total Pease is looking comfortable in the Euro stage of the Grand Prix, and now all of a sudden it is Milan who is really starting to push the envelope, isn't he? As the yellow flag in free. I think it's Gunnar again, who is having a couple of gremlins there out there, isn't he? As yellow flags is flurried on the straight, on the start-finish straight. We have got Carbu, who's got past Echo as well. Echo on the medium tires then. We have also got Equals, who's got past Diego. There is passing all around on this circuit. This is why this is one of the fan favourites, isn't it, of the calendar. This is absolutely great stuff indeed then. As now accelerating out of turn one there. Yellow flags again, and it's a Renault. It's one of the Renaults then who's having issues there. It's Jonathan. Jonathan now just getting away doing a very humble thing. Yes, they do ghost there, but of course they do ghost them, but of course there it's quite nice actually for the drivers to get out of the way. Very good stuff indeed there, especially when you're on a tough race like Gunnar and Jonathan is. They've done a really good job there of getting out of the way then. So hats off for tip off my toupee of this wig of mine. Now Emerson then is 2 seconds in front of Pease, who is second at the moment, and Gurman leads by 1.5 seconds. So got yellow flags, and Sam is in trouble. Sam is in major trouble there. He has gone into the wall. It's where Olivier Panis broke his leg set in the 1997 Canadian Grand Prix. Oh, well, it's just a bit further forward actually. It might have been the same wolf where Alonso was in 2005, and out of the Grand Prix is the Grand Prix is Sam then, so that's our second retirement. It's a virtual safety car. Carboy is rolling the dice in, coming in to the pits as well. Carboy into the pits, so he ain't going to lose as much time as what he would under a green flag situation. Murphy is now the meat in the Ferrari sandwich, isn't he? So we're going all DRS is now enabled, and we're back racing here in Canada. Look at Equals all over the back as well. There's Liam in 11th position. What a shame for Liam then, because he was looking very strong. So look at all the penalties that are popping up once again then. Oh goodness gracious me. Equals getting a 3 second penalty as well. And there's yellow flags in one then as well. There's yellow flags all over the show at the moment, isn't there? Only 2 retirements so far. I got to say, this is very good stuff indeed from the drivers so far. And I think the drivers are still staying in there, albeit having some major issues there, likes of Gunnar and John Cox. I tip my hat off to them, doing a great job indeed. Milan is now less than half a second away then from Total Peace, and this might be the battle for the final Austrian place at the moment then. And coming down into the hairpin, and the moment then Equals is too far back there. Now I don't think there's going to be team orders this time around then, because now the Mercedes crew are on exactly the same strategy, more or less then, after Liam having to change his nose cone now, and he's now on the back foot. He really is then, isn't he? So we got this battle here then. So there's the Ferrari of Iveco there, just pulling away from Murphy at the moment then. And look at this then. So we got Murphy, Mr. Elite, and Equals Liam as well. Knowlesy is 4 seconds back at the moment, and Tango is just dropped down into 13th position as well. There they are in the background, and going in to turn one then. Look at those 2 Mercedes. Look at that Ferrari as well. Murphy is going to be feeling he's going to be feeling quite vulnerable at the moment, isn't he, with these drivers that are all over the back of his gearbox, isn't it? Oh goodness gracious me then. Looking, I think Murphy, well, just like I say that then, I think that now Murphy might have found a bit more pace, and he started to spurt away slightly then from the second Ferrari of Mr. Elite Ferrari, on a very good race day actually, really good stuff indeed. And look at these cars then, all over the back of each other as well. I'm going to move away slightly, because look, the battle for the third position, the final podium place, is really hotting up now, as Milan is all over the back of Total Peace. As we come across the line, Milan is pulls out for the slipstream. He's up alongside Milan and Peace side by side into turn 1 and 2, and look at this, Total Peace fighting, and of course, and he's not letting this one go, is he, because this is a small 4-track position, isn't it? And Milan's on the outside of Peace is on the inside then. Wow, incredible stuff then. And Peace has got Milan has got the job done in the McLaren. Great stuff indeed then, and hats off to both those drivers. They're doing an absolutely magnificent job. And look though, as Echo's coming into the pits, and look at this, and now Peace is all over the back of Milan. He's moving this way and that way, but Milan will not be deterred. Of course, so, and they're on the same age of tyre, is it? It's a all-out battle. It's a fair battle, isn't it? In this modern day of Formula 1, you may not get these fair battles as much as what we should. Jonathan almost going into the side of the, well, he did go into the side there, didn't he? Oh, great stuff indeed. Serious Mushroom has said them softs not an advantage at this moment then. No, they're not, because Emerson is not gaining as much as one for them. Peace is alongside Milan, and he is back into third position. He passes Total Peace, and moving up into third position, I should say. But look at this, and now Milan's had a great accident. Look at this, it's a dead heat as they come across the line. Then this is going to get very interesting indeed. I'm loving this. Great battle as well, and also showing that John Cox said he's got very good race pace. It's a shame that he's a lap down at this stage of proceedings, and lap 23 out of 35, and the rain doesn't look like it's anywhere near the circuit yet. That can change quite quickly, can it? And that's going to change quite quickly in the foreseeable future in the foreseeable future in this Grand Prix. But at the moment, it's all sunshine and unicorns, isn't it? Here in Canada, it definitely is for German at the moment. Vital coming in the pits, and Murphy's now up into 6th position, and good stuff indeed. But look at this, so Murphy is now starting to really feel the heat, isn't he? Of these three cars behind him, and the Mercedes has gone wide. Then Liam, is just too far back at the moment, and we've got Knowlesy who's now joining the Fracas as well. Then this is going to be incredible. It's the Fab Five now battling for 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th and 10th, and here in Canada. Lovely stuff indeed then. So Murphy then has got a lot of penalties to his name now, so is Mr. Lee, Liam equals and Knowles as well. If I can ever get my teeth back in, that'll be really good stuff indeed then. As they're now back on board with Mr. Elite as well. And then look at this then, and Liam is a good past his teammate then, unbeknownst to me then, because I've been waffling away. He's going to launch, he's going to the inside the Ferrari out to steer out there, and I think of Mr. Elite very aware there, and just steering out there, and I think he did a very good job there, Mr. Elite. And maybe, would you think he was a bit overkind there? Perhaps I've got to say there's a lot of respect then between some of the ALR drivers. I wonder if Mr. Elite might have been a bit too kind there, but nevertheless, Mr. Elite avoided the contact, which was very good stuff indeed then, but he didn't lose it, but he didn't lose the position, did he? But now unfortunately he does have problems because the Mercedes is alongside. There he is then, and look at the cars, and they're really catch up then. Oh, look at the inside goes Liam, passes Mr. Lee, and Mr. Lee down to 8th position there. Good stuff indeed though. I was enjoying that. That was fantastic. And just on board now as well. Then so Dynamo Dan's got a 5-second penalty for speeding in at the pit lane as well. Yellow flag in the final sector as well. Oh gosh, I got two on my throat. This is not going to be good. There we go. So now Liam is in 7th position then. Oh, goodness me, this is absolutely incredible stuff, isn't it? Absolutely incredible. Emerson has found his feet now. He is really pulling a spur. He got it within a second there, didn't he? Milan is also within a second as well. Look at these two battling nose to tail there, wheel to wheel. They are leaving it all on the circle lane, and this is the battle for the final podium at present. Maybe even more, maybe even less as well, as we have got Farfus left for session there. So hopefully that ain't going to cause any gremlins with the old session or anything like that. So I've just seen that his PlayStation hates him then. Oh goodness me. Oh dear. So don't worry, Farf, we all love you. Into the pits there comes a nosy yellow flag as well. Look at this, Liam is through. He passes Murphy up into 6th position there. Nosy might have done a clever strategy here. He's coming to the pits because he's probably seen this all-out war going on in front of him, and he's like, no way, Pedro. He doesn't want to be involved in that, does he? So Nosy coming into the pits and throwing on soft tires. 11 laps to go to the Grand Prix. That should be enough for Nosy. And I think that he's trying to undercut these gaggle of cars right now. Incredible stuff indeed then. It's bulky volcano. Looks like I'm going to do it the old-fashioned way by throwing out the stuff on the website then. Yes, if you go to the website www.advancedleagueracing.com, you can fill out the website as well. So Murphy Emerson's in the pits and he's changing to the soft tires once again. The rain is still not here, so Emerson there is going for medium soft in this race then. So let's see what he can do then. Is this he now is going to be really flying, isn't he? I'm wondering though, is German there going to lose the lead then? Because Emerson's going for the undercut here. He's going to be quick, isn't he? The undercut is powerful around here, isn't it? Cowie in a very distant 5th position at the moment then. This is going to get very interesting indeed then in this Grand Prix. Emerson has rolled the dice in the last stage of the Canadian Grand Prix. There's still no rain looking like it's coming near the track, is it? Oh my goodness me. And now Emerson then, he is flying, isn't he? Let's take a look then at the what am I looking at? The leader, 16 seconds. The gap is between himself and German. Is that all? Is it? No way. I don't believe that for 1 second there. German then is Emerson there really rolled the dice then, and it is about a strategical Grand Prix. This is, isn't it? I'm loving it then. When it's a battle for the lead in terms of the pit lanes and what to do. German has rolled the dice straight away. He's coming to the pits then. How's the undercut work then for Emerson as well? Look at this. As these two drivers are coming in the pits. No, they're not. They're staying out there. As Pease is almost spinning it. Oh, incredible stuff indeed. Gurman is in the pits then. Is he coming out then? The Haas for Kaiser just going to work. Emerson is coming out of the final corner as well. And Milan is still second for this at the moment. Gurman's coming out of the pits. Where's Emerson? Emerson is taking the lead in the Canadian Grand Prix going into turn one. There he is. And the undercut has worked. Oh, goodness me. Gurman now has got a lap younger tyres. And has he got the pace to keep after Emerson? Getting his slipstream. Getting the DRS and re-overtake him. Gold versus silver. Gold, the gold champion versus the silver champion of last season. Absolutely magnificent. This is what a dream here in ALR. I'm absolutely loving it. This is absolutely amazing stuff indeed. Then on board with the rear wing then of Gurman then. Emerson then has rolled the dice and done a very good job indeed. Emerson has in this race, hasn't he? I think he's called the strategy to absolute perfection there, but Gurman has had the pace I feel today. He really has indeed then, but it's all about being the complete package, hasn't it, with just 8 laps to go in the Grand Prix. That's very but calling it very early then, and I think that is definitely not what I should be doing. Is Pease is still in the Grand Prix then, but these two haven't come in the pits just yet. Are they coming in the pits? No, they are staying out at this moment in time then. And Gurman now is, I'm wondering then if Gurman probably stayed out a lap too long perhaps then. Of course, it's very easy to say that in hindsight, isn't it? It really is indeed. It really is indeed, isn't it? But there you go then. Emerson set the fast half of the race, but Gurman, I don't think he's going to let this going for his first Grand Prix win of his career. Emerson is going for his 23rd Grand Prix of his career, if I'm not very much mistaken. Jonathan is retired from the session and he is out of the Grand Prix by the looks of it. We got a safety car! Well, we got a safety car in the Grand Prix, and it's Jonathan. He's gone off in the same place as Olivier Panis, so that's 2 cars gone off there. Oh, and Jonathan there is right in the middle of the circuit there. A 5-second penalty then. So then we got a safety car in this Grand Prix then. Oh, goodness gracious me then. And this is very much going to turn the reform on the head then. It really is indeed then. And Gunner's got a drive-through penalty for speeding in the pits as well. So I'm wondering, is these two going to come out in front? No, they haven't, because I thought that, I'm going to be honest, I thought that Emerson and Gurman was behind the safety car, but no, they're not. That would have been very interesting. Off in the safety car as part of the exit turn 2. Gunner's got 2 drive-through penalties, I think, then for speeding under the safety car. Total Peace is in the pits then as he slows down to 80 kilometers an hour. So there's Milan as well. What are these two? I think these two should just stay out, really, shouldn't they? Because they've only just come in the pits then. And Gunner's got another drive-through penalty for, I think that's a hat-trick for Gunner, but unfortunately that's not the hat-trick that he'll be looking for in this Grand Prix. Now then, they've got to just adhere to the Delta. So as much as saying it's great for Pease and Gordon saying, oh, Pease and Milan are loving this, and this is going to be really spice things up then. Borky Volcano, if I'm unable to, if I'm able to, I cannot wait to make my return as well. Total, Milan, Gurman, and Emo for the podium then. Oh, goodness me, that's 4. Sarah Johnson said that as well. So I got to say, Sam is going to have 4 drivers on the podium. He's a very charitable man, isn't he, Sam is? Anyway, then, I'll be on the safety car. I got to say, I'm really impressed with the driver. It says, Bert Mylander has made the repairs for the first time this evening. I was expecting to see him a lot more than what we've had tonight. So, good stuff indeed. Then we told us to come in the pits. And Norris car boy Eva. Oh, sorry. Oh my goodness me. Cowie's got a 3-second penalty. Anyone who hasn't got a penalty at this stage of proceedings is going to be very happy with this. Everyone has got a penalty apart from the top 2. So really impressive stuff indeed. And these are the penalties then. 9 seconds for Total Peace, 9 seconds for Milan then. 12 seconds for Cowie. Only 3 seconds for V Todd and Cardboy. Cardboy was again showing his racecraft prowess. Absolutely fantastic stuff. Murphy's got 12 seconds as well. Very unusual for Murphy there. 18 seconds for Equals and 12 seconds for Echo as well. As we're just on board there. Emerson who's leading the Grand Prix. Second position is Gurman. Gurman is really putting on an incredible fight here tonight then. Total Peace in 3rd position there. Milan in 4th then. As the safety car be out for at least one more lap, I would say. Cowie in 5th position, Vital in 6th, but he only has 3 seconds of penalties. Same with Cardboy in 7th position, but they are on the medium tires. Knowlesy in 8th position there, Liam in 9th position, 10th position is Mr. Lee. That is the top 10 at the moment then. Murphy in 11th, having a bit of a difficult day, Murphy. Yes, he's scored in every single race up till this point. 12th position is Tango. Diego in 13th, and Wonderfield coming the pit said, has he got a new set of soft tires waiting for him? Same with Dynamo Dan in 14th position there. Mr. Lee has come back in the pits. Echo in 15th, Equals is 16th, Gunner is 17th, retirement is retirements in this Grand Prix is Jonathan out of the race, and he caused a safety car when he crashed heavily. Sam, who did the same place as where Jonathan crashed out, he's now 19th finisher, and Harry retired from the Grand Prix quite early on as well then, as we're just coming out of the pits, the Ferrari driver just coming out of the pits, and here we go then. So now as we accelerate out onto the circuit as well then for Mr. Lee getting in front of Equals and good 17. Look, there is rain clouds all of a sudden starting to really form up now. They've really bubbled up out of nowhere here in Canada, haven't they? And is this rain going to affect the end of the race then? Oh, this is just another very interesting, another twist in the tail, isn't it, here in Canada? I'm absolutely incredibly... it's an incredible race, isn't it? Indeed. Then, well, that's just calmed down. And I must apologise then to Serious Mushroom if I sounded a bit, like kind of thing earlier on. Then, of course, I do enjoy all your opinions. Keep on coming in, guys. Yes, I think your opinions are a lot more valid than what I say. So keep on coming in, guys. And I apologise to Serious Mushroom if I sounded a bit. Bleh. Anyway, we're on lap 31 then, out of 35 in the Grand Prix as well. The rain is coming then. Here we go then. This is going to, as the safety car can come in then, so I was hoping it'd be in the end of this lap then, but it won't. It'll be this lap coming up now. It's going to get very interesting indeed then. So as Gordo reckons it's going to have some rain on the final lap on Sam. It takes time. It took me 4 seasons to get quick enough for qualifying free. In gold then, of course, as Sam has rain. There's rain on the cockpit of the Emerson's car here. Oh my goodness me! And look at this, and this rain is coming in quite quickly then. So, who is this going to be enough for anyone to throw the intermediate tyres and in the final stage of the Grand Prix? Who is going to hang out to dry then? This is going to get very interesting indeed then. And look at that then. And the championship leader then, I think he would have liked a quite a nice end then to the race then, but that's not really going to be the case at all. Here we go then, look at this, and these drivers are going to have to start to really weave quite quickly, and the safety car needs to be in if they don't want to drop tyre temperature. Tango's left for session at the worst time of asking then, because of course he would definitely would have made up some time, wouldn't he? But unfortunately, he's going to be on the back foot now, isn't he? So rain then on the roads, and then I think then hopefully safety cars in the end of this lap. Then here we go then, the final stage of the Canadian Grand Prix. It's been absolutely mega race. I've really enjoyed this one as he is weaving this way and that way. Emerson is trying to warm up those soft tires, isn't he? Because rain is now dropping down. Then who is the rain meister in this grid? Then look at this, as Emerson are really bunching them up. The championship leader has had a fight on his hands today. As the Gurman has really stepped up to the plate here tonight. He has done an absolutely amazing stuff. He really has indeed. Then as now then we're on board, and let's see who is going to do what then with the fire station. And you guys are very much keeping me on my toes there. Also the drivers are as well. 4 laps to go in the Grand Prix. Look at them all. They're all queuing up. Then now here we go then. Oh no, Tango can't get back in the session because Farf has left. What a shame. Gurman's in the pits then. Gurman is in the pits, and is this a shrewd strategy call? Then we're back racing here in Canada, and Gurman's in the pits. Gooner's in the pits as well. Let's see then. So Gurman is risking it all. Then he's on the intermediate tyres, and my goodness me, the Canadian Grand Prix has gone mega. And look at this, Liam coming out the pits as well. Gooner has gone on the medium tyres, and now then let's see if of course is Godwell's been on the right tyre at the right time. Gurman, I think, is yellow flag then. What's happened? Gooner's got some major issues in that Red Bull. I think there's some problems. A 5-second penalty for Gooner as well. And oh goodness me. And look at this, we've got both Ferraris that are really fighting. We're on board now then. Look at this, and it's wheel to wheel stuff as they fly past me. What is Gurman doing? He's losing tenths of a second then to the Mercedes driver in front. Then the intermediate tires is too much of a gamble, I think, for the Haas driver. Oh goodness gracious me then. And yes, Serious Russian saying it's too early then. Bailey, oh my goodness me, he's risking for a biscuit from Welsh Maldonado as well. Diego is now past, and look at this, Nosey's in the wall. He's in the wall, and there's yellow flags there. Nosey, the man who's second the world championship, out of nightmare day. Oh no, it's not good at all. Oh, I'm losing my voice. Emerson leads at total pieces in second position. Well, they were about 33 out of 35, 3 laps to go in the Grand Prix. German there as a risk. Oh, hasn't it? I think you're exactly right, guys in the comments. And it is too early, isn't it? But look at this, and they're getting very gingerly out there now, aren't they? And I don't mean in terms of growing ginger hair. I mean in terms of the power application on the throttle. It is a very slippery out there, isn't it? Intermediate tyres are for Nosy, intermediate tyres as well for Tango. So it is very close, and it's very close to the crossover, isn't it? With 2 laps to go in the Grand Prix. Emerson is very much then under the caution, under the pressure there, because I think Pease has got it and he feels it. He feels it there. He is going for the race win. This will be his second Grand Prix victory of the season there. But he does have a couple of penalties. I think he's got about 9 seconds, if I'm not very much mistaken, as he comes down into the hairpin as well. Oh, this is getting very, very interesting, isn't it? DRS hasn't been disabled though, has it? It hasn't been disabled. That's usually it's Milan there getting squirrely on the accelerator. I think that the drivers might limp around then. German is still losing time though. He is still losing time then to the Mercedes as Dynamo Dan is dropped down the order. Dynamo Dan is facing the wrong way. That's the second time he's been out there. Oh dear. And so then we're on lap 34 as the rain is coming down there. But yes, German is still dropping time then. So the intermediate tires are not the way to go. DRS has now been enabled then as we're on the second to last lap of the Grand Prix, and here they are then 1, 2, 3, 4 cars with Carboy in 5th position as well. Oh my word, oh my goodness me. As this is as we're on board now then, as Bailey is saying, this is it, come on German then. Just says that German now, I feel that just taking a look then, he is now starting to gain, and DRS has been disabled. DRS has been disabled then. Is he going to have enough time? This could be a photo finish here in the Canadian Grand Prix. Now it's time for the intermediate tyres then, but is it going to be worth it for anyone to come in the pits? And surely someone's going to stick it out there. Someone might come in the pits, and German's got a 3-second penalty. I think he's really pushing on, isn't he? Yellow flag. Murphy's gone. Murphy is gone. Yes, I think Murphy's damaged the car. Echo's also in trouble as well on the Ferrari. Oh my goodness me. And look, Emerson, look at how much they're just dabbing on the throttle then. Oh, this is incredible stuff. It really is indeed. It's look at those the penalties there. Yeah, Total Piece got fined 9 seconds worth of 9 seconds over Emerson then. So Emerson could lose the lead but still win this Grand Prix. German has too much traffic ahead of Troy has just said that. Look at this as they're coming into the final turn then for the second to last time then. Emerson's on a great run then out. There is the gap saying German is 22 seconds back and he is gaining on the race. He's got 22 seconds. I think it's too much there. It's too much for the silver champion, I feel. But that gap is coming down with every turn of the wheel, every application on the throttle. It's going to get very interesting. It's going to be the longest laps of these guys' lives, isn't it, in this Grand Prix. German has got past the Murphy. He's up in a 10th position there. Look at how difficult it is there. They're struggling here. And look, Cowie has really found his groove, and now Emerson is pulling away, isn't he? The gap is 19 seconds, so it's not coming down enough. And look at how slow he's going. Look at how slow he's going in this Grand Prix. Oh, absolutely great stuff. And Sam German is catching more now with the rain. Then German is in 10th place, though. He's 18 seconds away. He's down to 17 seconds. Then it's not enough, though. It's not enough. German there risked it. Oh, and I think he's going to come up short here tonight. Unfortunately, he's up into 8th place there. He's steering through. He is steering through that. Look, there he is. We're on board with German. The gap is down to 16 seconds. The leaders are into the hairpin as well. I think that German's going to be too far back, isn't he? Oh, goodness me, then. I think German was in a maybe a lap too early, perhaps. Emerson there is coming then out of the hairpin then. Where is German? He's 15 seconds back and he's behind Mr. Elite then, but he wouldn't be for too much longer, I feel. He might get in front of V-Top. I think 6th position might be the highest then. Yellow flag down in the hairpin as well, as Diego's had some issues, I think, that. And Emerson is going to win his 23rd Grand Prix win. Emerson wins the Canadian Grand Prix. Pease is second. Third position is Milan. Cowie is in 4th position then. Where does Carboy? Carboy is on the podium again, and he's just showing his clean and consistency. Viton is 5th, where German is in 7th position there. 8th position is Mr. Elite then. In 9th position is Liam. 10th position is Diego. Nosy in 11th position there. 12th is Equals then. And I think what an incredible end to the Grand Prix. Absolutely fine stuff indeed. Then German is going to be absolutely devastating there, because he showed today that he's got some amazing pace, hasn't he? Ayrton saying, yes, my brother. Really good stuff indeed, Emerson. What a race win that was. And I think is that Emerson's most impressive Grand Prix win of his ALR career. Oh, it's a very, very big claim. It's a very bold statement, isn't it? But I gotta say, that is one of his most challenging race wins, isn't it? What an incredible race that was. It was all about strategy today, wasn't it? Emerson called it absolute down to the peach there. Brilliant stuff indeed. As we're just waiting for Gunnar to come across the line then, as 17 cars are going to finish this Grand Prix. Gunnar having a bit of a nightmare race. I'm not sure what's happened to Gunnar in the Red Bull here tonight then. Bailey Smith, Bailey disappointed, absolutely gutted for German there. Carboy, last lap's a crazy then. What a drive from Carboy. Once again, a great drive from Carboy. GG to Pease. Oh, good then. As Bailey has just said, how has that happened there? Oh, goodness me. And there is Emerson now, just he's loving it there, fist pumps there in the air, great stuff indeed. Carboy is our new Dan Murphy at the moment, isn't he? He is really racking up the Driver of the Day awards as well. That'll be Carboy's second Driver of the Day award now with 2 in a row. Good stuff indeed there. But that's Emerson's 23rd Grand Prix victory of his career in ALR. Goodness me, he is almost to a quarter of a century now. Magnificent. Pease in second finish there. He is going to be delighted with that. Me, I'm wondering if the penalties that he racked up earlier on the race there, perhaps then he wasn't able to go for the race win bona fide in the end then. And of course, Carboy finishing third there, and another great drive there from near the back of the field there to finish on the podium as well. Let's take a final look at the classification and from this epic Canadian Grand Prix. Emerson there, his 5th Grand Prix win of his season now, his 23rd Grand Prix win of his career, and his 3rd Grand Prix win here in Canada. Total Pease in second today. 3rd position was Carboy. Once again, he's driving absolutely sublimely, isn't he, this season? He's been my driver of the season thus far. Milan in 4th position. V. Todd, brilliant driving 5th. 6th position is Cowie on his debut. Good stuff indeed then. German in 7th position. Then the Haas team now getting some good points here today, but I think they would have liked to have had more there. Ferrari getting points as well with Mr. Lee. Liam down in opposition. Diego getting a point for the Racing Point team. Outside the points is Knowlesy. Tango in 12th position. Dynamo down 13th. Equals in 14th. Echo in 15th. Murphy in 16th. And Gunnar in at 17th position as well. Retirements was Jonathan, Sam and Harry all retired from this epic Canadian Grand Prix as well. Serious Mushroom, GG, card bloke there, great stuff. Can't argue with Dry today, to be fair. Great stuff indeed. Carboy saying nearly been there on a few times there. Really, that was really good stuff indeed. Then I've been joined in the gantry now in the commentary box by our rostrum winners, and I think it's Emerson in here tonight. Then again, Emerson, goodness me, you've probably had enough of speaking to me this season. Absolutely fantastic stuff indeed. Then I was saying on the stream then that how probably that was one of your more difficult but most impressive drives of your career. Would you agree with that?
I don't think he agrees.
Well,
sorry, I had my headset turned off. No, it definitely was not one of my easiest race wins. Yeah, I mean, German had the pace over me, to be honest. The only reason I really got him was strategy. In the first stint, he kind of got out of my DRS and I kind of struggled to get back into it. But once I did, I was able to breeze past him. So I'm going to presume that he was running relatively high wings to try and reduce the chance of getting a penalty and make the first and second sector a lot easier. But once I was past him, I kind of got that gap a little bit and then boxed for the softs and pushed for those 10 laps. And then the rain was a bit of an odd one. It was a tough call, but Christian Horner once said, I think in Brazil 2012, you pit for what tyres is right for the race, and my strategy in a dry race was mediums to softs again. So I just stuck with that. And then, I obviously noticed the others all went for mediums in the middle stint, and I was able to undercut German at the end, and that was quite vital. It was a very risky move from him to obviously pit on for the inters at the end, because the range is a bit dodgy on this game. It can either rain super hard instantly or can take like 10-15 laps to come. So again, I just stayed out and just hoped that the rain wouldn't rain quite heavily, and luckily it didn't, and it was only really the last lap that we were struggling, but by that point German was all the way down in I think 8th, but it was a tough race, but happy with the win.
Very good stuff indeed. That's your 23rd Grand Prix win of your career now. Where do you base that? Because I would say that this was a very different win for you today. It was definitely more of a thinking man's driver today, thinking man's race today, and you did, as you said there, you went completely opposite to everyone else there, and that sounded like your plan right from the get go. Then, yeah, it looks you did your homework today before the race. Was that correct?
Yeah, yesterday me, Becca, Ayrton, Curly were all in a practice session, and I was just trying to see how long the tyres can go. And I mean, the mediums drop off massively, but it makes the undercut more powerful, especially in a two-stop race when you're making those two pit stops. An undercut is quite handy round here. So the fact I was able to get back in, I think it was about 1.5 seconds into German in that middle stint, and obviously I came in on lap 25 and he stayed out for that extra lap, and I just did basically a quali lap. I think it was about 1.8 seconds I gained on him, and obviously got track position back on him, and then just obviously the rain favoured me over German, to be honest.
Was that the point where you won the Grand Prix? Was it the second stint where you threw on the soft tires and just absolutely just ran that gap right down to 1.5 seconds? Was that where you won this one?
I was fairly confident when I came out ahead of him, mainly because, well, I was on 2 warnings, and I was fairly convinced he was probably on about the same, because when I was behind him, I think I saw him cut 2 corners that might have gave him a warning. So I was kind of going a bit cautious through the last chicane and some of the corners where you kind of need to be a bit more careful. But yeah, knowing the fact that I had a more slippery car down the straight, even with DRS, he was struggling to get onto the back of me. I think the closest he probably got to the back of me was about half a second. So I was fairly confident that the only place he could really get me is if I made a mistake. So what I was really focused on doing is down the straights, just make sure I got a good exit, and yeah, jump loads of DRS and rich mix.
Brilliant stuff indeed. And Serious Russian said thanks for the useful info. So well done indeed. There, so you've just helped, I think, half the silver drives as well. Great stuff indeed. And your 23rd Grand Prix win of your career. Absolutely magnificent stuff indeed. Let's come to Pease in second position today. Pease, a bit of heartbreaking at Baku last week, but today you made up for it quite in an impressive way as well by finishing second. But unfortunately, let's start with those penalties there. You had 9 seconds today. Was that just following the dirty air cars in front of you?
Nah, I just think I'm not that good at keeping it on the black stuff on this track. But either way, I didn't have the pace of Emerson or Gurman. So I was just accepting third or fourth because me and Milan were just together the whole race. But yeah, I think regardless of the penalties, I don't think I would have been near those two. So I'm happy with a podium.
I think that was a really good drive as well, to be fair. But talking about you and Milan, that was a fantastic battle between yourself and Milan. Just swapping positions like almost every single lap, especially in the middle stint there. Absolutely great stuff indeed. How much do you enjoy racing with Milan?
Yeah, it's fun. He's a clean driver, and yeah, I come out on top because I'm better than him, so it's fine. But yeah, nah, he's clean, he's quick. There's not much more you want to race against, really.
Absolutely great stuff indeed. And towards the end, then, when the rain was coming down, you seen Gurman come in the pits. Did that cross your mind to come in the pits as well? Or did you feel like Emerson that the rain was just not going to come in time for the intermediates to be the preferred tyre?
I think in the last 10 laps I drew up about 15 different strategies in my head. These lot in the party heard it. There were so many different things I was thinking of doing. In the end, the rain wasn't heavy when the safety car came in, so I thought I might as well just hold it out. Had it been a bit heavier, I probably would have done the same that Gurman did.
And going forward, then you're now the new Williams driver. Then going into France, and then on the couple of races coming up. Then, what is your aims for the remainder of the season? Then, because you've already got a race win already. Then, do you reckon a couple more race wins are coming your way? And do you think that you could catch up with Emerson before the end of the season, or do you think he's unstoppable at the moment?
I don't know what the gap is, but I think it's over 100. I think that would need some serious work to catch up. But you never know. But I'll just aim for the highest I can get in every single race, and we'll see where we go from there.
Brilliant stuff. Well done, guys. I don't think Cartboy's joined us tonight, by the looks. I can't see him in the party. So that's going to be it then for the Canadian Grand Prix. And goodness me, that was a good workout, wasn't it, for a Sunday after being a slob for most of the weekend? Join us tomorrow night then, as we are back for silver. And of course, at the moment, it's a very incredible battle going on. It's between Gamer and between Troy as well. BP, the new kid on the block there, is really starting to make up some ground as well after that incredible debut in Baku. See you tomorrow night. Goodbye.
Thank God that's over.
Ooh, fuck me.
Yeah, it's not over yet for you. It's not over till Sean says it's over.
I couldn't get the broadcast off. I was like, fuck.